Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Todd, if it's not already apparent. Welcome in. Welcome to this journey across the internet, one video at a time. This is a reaction stream. That's what you have found here. If it's your first time here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit the follow button if you're on Twitch and watching live and want to join the chat. Certainly appreciate either side you decide to follow on. If you're somebody that likes to watch on your own time, I totally respect it. Timestamps will be available in the video description on YouTube. So if you want to skip around, you're certainly more than welcome to. We have 5 amazing member requested videos for you today. What's going on, Willow? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're going to start off with a Dragon Age video, and then we have The Good Bad Mother. Interesting title. And then we have a PondPhuwin pairing video edit. I don't know what you want to call it. I think it might be TikToks. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll find out, certainly. And then we have 2 GeminiFourth videos to end the stream back to back. And yeah, looking forward to it. If you'd like to request your own, you can certainly do so. ToddReacts.com. The season and series tiers are the ones that request videos. The season, you request 2 YouTube videos per month, and series, you request 3 YouTube videos per month. Simple enough, right? And you do that via the Discord, which you can join right now. It's available right now. It's free. I think we just crossed 190 members, which is very cool. As you can see at the top here, we do have a live notification. So if you want to know when I'm live via Twitch, join in, whatever, you can certainly do so. There's a link here that'll pull up either the app if you have it installed on your device, or it'll pull up a web browser, whichever one you got, and you can go ahead and watch along with everybody else, which is super cool. I do update the events section. That is a good place to know if a stream gets canceled or moved or whatever. Maybe I'm on vacation or something or holiday. You'll know via that, as well as the updates from Todd channel. That's where I verbalize it. Any sort of changes or anything like that. You can check those out. If you want to request a channel, you don't see something you're interested in and you want to make something, make a channel for whatever you're passionate about, and hopefully you can find other people that are into it too. You can certainly do that. It's very easy. You just go, hey, can I get a channel on, I don't know, Fast and Furious? Sure, why not? And then we'll just make it for you, and then you can have at it. Have fun. You know, will there be a Fast and Furious 15, 20, 80? I don't know. Now that's what I call Fast and Furious 18. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're still doing those discs, those CDs. That's unbelievable. You would think they would be like MP3s at this point, right? Just sell it on Apple Music or Google Music or something. What's going on, Rexon? Welcome in, welcome in. As you can see, we have a bunch of fandoms in here. Lots of fun stuff, lots of very interesting conversations happening, whether it's pictures or updates via X or Twitter, or however you want to call it, or, you know, videos that have been posted to YouTube that are whatever the subject matter is. It's pretty awesome. It's almost, honestly, it's almost better than, it's honestly almost better than X for like breaking news, because if it's Zenunu and you're interested, you're probably going to hear about it same time. It's pretty quick. Everybody in there is on the ball, to say the least. But yeah, check those out. I'll just kind of scroll through it so you can see it. Community, lots of fun stuff in there as well. You can certainly join and check it out at your leisure. And if you like what you see, go ahead and join the conversation. We welcome you. You know, it's a growing space. Hopefully we'll hit 200 members here shortly, and who knows where it's going to go from there. Be very cool. It's basically the #1 way for me to discuss with you all and talk to you all and interact, and it's a good way for all of you to, you know, interact. It's lovely. It's much better than the YouTube comment section. Shout out to the people that leave comments. You're awesome. But you can't really have much of a discussion there. It's very short. So you could maybe respond to somebody. Who knows if they'll ever come back and see it, you know? At least with Discord, you can have an actual conversation with people. Back to back indeed. The besties never separate, even in requests. That's funny. Yeah, I picked these by random, which is interesting. Funny that I randomly did that. What's going on? How's it going? How's it going? Where was I doing? Oh yeah, Discord. We just did the Discord. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget it, so I put it in front of the other stuff. That's how much I like the Discord, all right? That's how much I like it. Let's go ahead and pull up. There we go. So while you're on the website, toddreacts.com, you can also check out the winter collection of merch. It's available right now. Ships worldwide. Members save 15% on every order automatically. Currently wearing the hooded long sleeve tee, as you can see. Very inclusive sizing. Quality is guaranteed on every order. Comes in varieties of colors to fit your style. Lots of great stuff there. All designed by yours truly. And check out the accessories as well. We have the new phone cases. These are, I don't want to say the brand name, but I'm pretty sure you could figure it out. They're the ones with the rubber insert that you put on the phone first, and then the hard shell plastic over that. So it's super secure. And you can check out the Samsung goes all the way from the S10 all the way to the S24 Ultra, I believe, off the top of my head. And the iPhone is MagSafe compatible as well. And that goes from the 14 to the 16 Pro Max, the newest one that came out late last year. Rocks glass, brand new as well. Got an energy drink in there today. Pint glass, of course. And the insulated tumbler. I don't keep too far away. Awesome stuff. I've enjoyed it tremendously. And I have an older iPhone, so I have the older snap case for the iPhone. That one goes all the way back to iPhone 12, which is what I have. And that goes all the way to the 15 Pro Max, I think is the one. So yeah, check them out. Lots of good stuff there. The water bottle, which I have in Desert Sunrise. Interesting color choice. I like it. I use that for work literally every day. So it's been awesome. It is a Camelback. That's a great reputable brand, which is awesome. I do enjoy the fact that we have some brand names in the store as well. So I hope you enjoy those. Check them out. And while you're at it, if you're on Twitch and you have not checked out the YouTube channel, I urge you to go do that. Hit the subscribe button when you're there. There's over 1,100 videos in the backlog, which is wild. That is a wild number after, well, I think in March we're going to be at 4 years. So after 4 years, we're over 1,100 videos. That's a lot. That's a lot. If you look at other channels, you'll probably realize that, like, whoa, wow. Todd, you're really grinding in the first couple years. Yes, that is very true. As you can see with the most recent video, we had some issues there. So basically, when you upload a video like this, it's guaranteed to have copyright claims on it. Not like strikes or anything bad like that, but it will pull all the ad revenue out of it. So I barely ever get ad revenue. It's very rare. Some of the older videos get it and whatnot, but the newer stuff, definitely not. Especially 4 hours long. Like, you're not going to have a 4-hour stream unless you're not playing anything intellectual property wise. If I was just sitting here talking to you, maybe. But, playing clips and stuff, we're not going to get that. But anyway, usually it just lists, like, if it's blocked or anything like that. Like, companies get the choice of, they take the ad revenue, or they share the ad revenue, or they just block it completely. So as soon as it notices anything revolving around a song or a video, usually part of a TV show or something like that, they'll just block the entirety of it. So literally it'll block 4 hours and 10 minutes of the stream, like literally all of it, over 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. It's pretty crazy. But for this video, it doesn't say which one is causing the worldwide blockage. So right now, this is only available, I think, maybe other places as well, in the US and Canada. Not sure if a VPN works. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting. I can't tell which copyright claim is the one I need to get rid of or remove. So, and I contacted YouTube. They were of no assistance. They say they don't help with content ID claims because it's sensitive or something and it's up to the companies. And I'm like, well, I don't see it. That's the problem. I'm not arguing the claim. I'm not seeing it to remove it. So maybe it's like a YouTube issue or something, and they just hands off. We're not helping. And I was just like, all right, fine. So I will be uploading last Friday's stream to the website, as well as making it visible on Twitch. Now, heads up on the Twitch, it will have moments of it muted, including myself talking, whenever it picks up any sort of like copyright song. So just a heads up on that. It'll be completely muted. But yeah, on the website, it'll be totally fine. Totally fine and available worldwide. It almost makes me think like I should be moving everything to the website just to get around this. Because usually, if you're in Russia or if you're in Belarus, you think I haven't posted a video in probably over a year. Every video gets claimed and blocked in Russia and Belarus. Every single one. Which is wild. I don't know why that's a thing. It's very odd. It's almost like a way for, I forget the company that does it usually, but it's almost like a way for them to guarantee they get some sort of ad revenue from every video. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Is it an abuse of the system? Maybe. It might. Am I calling it an abuse of the system? No, of course not. Allegedly. It's an alleged abuse. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't know it either. It's almost always paired with Russia. Not sure. No idea why that is, but pretty much every video is blocked in Russia and Belarus. So strange. So if you're in either of those places, this channel ceased to exist like over a year ago. So maybe I should move everything. The biggest issue with that is storing these massive videos. These massive videos. That becomes a little issue because there's no way I can store all of this on the website. It's a lot. Each video is like 10 gigs, which is a lot of space if you're unfamiliar. So I'm not exactly sure what to do there. I'll think about it. It's probably a good idea to just reiterate everything on the website so it's available. But then the idea of moving 1,100 videos to the website is mind-numbing. That would take forever. But I'll see what I can do. Obviously, this current one here, where it's blocked basically everywhere, I will do that for. So I'll do that after stream, make it available. Certainly on Twitch, that's a click of a button, ready to go. And the website will take a little bit longer, but not too long. I think it should be fine as long as you don't get copyright strikes and just continue uploading the ones that are banned to your site. Yeah, honestly. I've only ever gotten one copyright strike, like a full strike, which is not bad, honestly. For a reaction channel, I don't think that's bad. Usually, creators, when they see the content or whatever, especially if it's edited by a YouTuber, it's usually not an issue because I obviously put the link down in the description of every video. And usually they're very pleasant in the comments. They're like, hey, thanks for, reacting to this. That's awesome. And then I always pin it so it goes to the top so people get more access to their channel. But usually any sort of copyright strike is coming from the production company like Fox or NBC. I reacted to, it was a while ago. I reacted to oh gosh, what was it? It was a Tom Segura like comedian podcast clip or whatever. Instantly copyright strike. I reached out via email, no response. So I wasn't able to upload anything over 15 minutes for, I think it was 3-4 months, which would be absolute devastation for this channel right now. I would have to take these streams and basically just cut them up, which would just be awful. I don't have an editor, if you're wondering. That's why none of this is like cut up into shorts or whatever. I just don't have the time, which is unfortunate for YouTube's algorithm, but it is what it is. I can do what I can do, you know? One is a blessing. Most of the time reactions get striked in one go since they react to similar content. Right. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. I will say, maybe I'm just not hip to them, but why did I just say that? That is a terrible saying. Boy, that dates me a little bit. I might not be in the know with, all the reactors, but it seems like I'm hitting on some topics and stuff and videos and edits that not everyone else is hitting on, which is very interesting. It's like it's almost like we've created this little niche of members of toddreacts.com that just so happen to not overlap too much with other people. It's kind of interesting. I'm glad I can, be a vessel for that. But yeah, it's been an interesting ride. We'll say that. I'll deeply consider thinking of what to do with the website, and some of these, because obviously I wouldn't mind people in Russia and Belarus to see these videos. I'm sure they click on every single one of these and it just says blocked in your area, blocked in your area, blocked in your area, which is probably annoying, honestly. But we'll see. So anyway, Fridays will be made available. Fridays will be made. Why did I just do that? I just went back to the same screen. Fridays will be made available right after stream. I think it helps that the starting point was edits instead of things like full TV shows. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I get a lot of comments. Well, not a lot of comments, but some comments of, hey, why don't you react to full TV shows? Whatever, Doctor Who, Supernatural, etc., and just post it on YouTube. My answer to that is I don't have the time, the bandwidth to do all that, because you do have to get pretty creative with the editing, and sometimes you show a little bit of a scene, but it's like translucent, and then you cut it all up so you're not like, posting a 45, 50-minute video. You make it more like 20 minutes and you hit like the highlights of the show or like the big reactions. That is a lot of work. That is a lot of work for somebody with a full-time job. And a solo person at that. Like if I had more people in this, that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense because those do get pretty decent views, honestly. But I've never been interested in that. It's been done. I'd rather stick to the edits and stuff like that, or music videos. Those certainly can get blocked, but then I just obscure them and then upload them to the website, and that's fine. Not too much work. I kind of like what we're doing. I like it. The whole reason why I started this was to expand my algorithm, and it has definitely been that. You all have definitely helped with that. It's been awesome. It's been a wild ride. And if you've stuck around for a while, you have definitely seen where this thing has gone. Like it's been all over the place. Just looking at the playlists on the YouTube channel, like it's so different. There's so many different shows and artists and comedy. It's a lot. It's a lot. So anyway, long story short, that video on Friday got absolutely nuked by somebody. I have no idea who. or what uh, should be cut from it, but there you go. All right. Just some, general topics and whatnot. I watched, oh my gosh, I watched Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know how long ago you saw that. What's going on, Cookie? I don't know how long ago you saw Pirates of the Caribbean, like the series. I tried to watch all of them. I didn't get to four, but I got one through three. And oh my gosh, those movies are still so good. So good. So entertaining. The practical effects. Yes, there's a lot of CGI, but there's a lot of it that's models and, actual explosions and stuff like that. Like, it is so beautifully done. Like, that first one came out in 2003, I think. That's over 20 years old. That is a long time in media, certainly. Things start to age pretty quick in movies and TV. But I was watching it and I was like, I can't believe how good this looks. I cannot believe it. It's still entertaining. It's fun. It's funny. I've seen that movie so many times and it's good. It's so entertaining. I can't believe it. Like, obviously, you know, obviously, it's a well put together production. Jerry Bruckheimer, all that stuff. They definitely hold up. I totally agree, Slayer Kitty. That whole series is just amazing. Does it have some low points, or maybe, it's not as strong? Sure. Sure. I would say the third one has a couple moments where I'm just like, okay, this is kind of odd, or, maybe this is a little not as great as the first two, but it's still pretty dang good. The music definitely helps indeed. The music is wonderful. Oh my gosh. Hans Zimmer. I mean, are we surprised? Hans Zimmer is one of the greatest conductors of all time. Unbelievable. Practical effects hold up. The overall epicness of it, the ships, the big ships, the splinters just flying through the air of the cannonballs, just smacking into things. It did get weird. It did get weird. Um, but I will say this, even with the weird points and the kind of why'd they go in this direction that you kind of feel towards the third one, it's still undeniably great entertainment. You know, it's one of those movie series I think that'll hold up forever, or at least for a long time. Maybe not, 150 years, but I'd give it a solid 80 years. 80 to 100 years of just good, solid entertainment. Maybe not that long. Maybe. Possibly. I guess the technology, it should hold up, maybe. Because I'm thinking about like 100-year-old films. They're not very good. Nosferatu, like the original one in the what was that, 1920? 1919 or something like that. It's very old. But, and some of it was even lost or destroyed, unfortunately. But, you look at those and you're like, okay, maybe it didn't hold up for 100 years. But I'm hoping the current films do hold up, hopefully. But, yeah, that's just good quality entertainment. I watched The Lord of the Rings a couple months ago at this point. Those hold up. They do look a little aged with some of the CGI, like the Balrog. Looks a little not that great. But overall, those stories and the tension in those movies is just unbelievable. It's palpable. Certain moments of Pirates of the Caribbean, again, very much lots of tension. You're like, are they going to survive this? This is kind of terrifying. Like, I was watching moments that I had originally seen when I was younger that terrified me. Davy Jones with those tubes out of his face, the octopi kind of thing. Ugh, gross. So gross. The scene where Orlando Bloom's character is trying to go under all that to remove the key. Ooh, that scared the crap out of me when I was younger. Now I can watch it fine, but I was able to go back in time to those moments and, have that nostalgia moment of, wow, I remember when this scared the crap out of me. There were certain moments in those movies, like they obviously not horror films, but they had enough tension where you're just like, ooh, this I feel uncomfortable watching this. Like it's kind of scary, but not scary scary. Anyway, yeah, those are incredible. I'm looking forward to watching the fourth one. I can't remember much about it, to be brutally honest. But the third one did get a little wonky, a little weird. That is a fact. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop into the first reaction video. It is Iron Bowl Friendship. This is where I want to be. It is from Dragon Age Inquisition. Obviously, I'm aware of the Dragon Age series. I've heard of the title before. I've never played it. And I am aware of the new one that came out not too long ago. I think it was before the holidays. And I just recently had a video pop up on my feed, my algorithm, and it was about the fact that EA was pretty disappointed in the sales of the new Dragon Age. Apparently they were expecting 3 million sales, which is, I wouldn't say that's high, but it's not bad. And apparently they only got 1.5 engagements, not even sales figure, engagements. Because I guess people can play on the same game and just have a different profile or whatever. So they were a little vague with how they were describing it. They said engagements instead of sales because they didn't have the sales, but they had engagements of 1.5 million people, which was less than half of what they were projecting, which is not good. That's not good. I don't know what was driving that. Maybe it was just people not buying games. Maybe everybody's holding their money for GTA 6. Who knows? But yeah, didn't perform as well, but I think the whole industry is kind of going through a little, maybe not, well, I guess I'll say slump. I was going to say recession, but that has like a ton of meanings behind it. We'll say slump. I think the video game industry is going through a bit of a slump right now, which, I mean, they go through. Certainly there was the 80s where it almost completely died. Thankfully for Nintendo, turned it right around. And there's been moments and, years where video games haven't sold as much. Certainly not after GTA 5. That thing was like $1 billion printing machine. And Fortnite, which still makes multiple $1 billion every year. That came out in 2017, and it's still making billions of dollars. That is unreal. Honestly, I didn't even know we got a new one. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't advertise it as much. Like, I don't think I saw much advertisement with Dragon Age, the new one. Doesn't make a lot of sense, honestly.
Hey, boss.
Especially when you're...
Boss. Pleasure as always, boss. Hey, boss. Good to see you.
Especially when you're trying to keep the series alive.
He's one of those Qunari. He leads from the front. He pays well, and he's a lot smarter than
get the sales number.
I work for. Best of all, he's professional. We accept contracts with whoever makes the first real offer. You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
I look forward to meeting this Iron Bull.
So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you can make it. Come on, have a seat.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away.
I was just about to say
rule themselves?
Here in
Good
Olay,
guess.
politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight. Or kill you. They handle information, loyalty, security, all of it. Spies, basically. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition and send reports on what's happening.
You're a Qunari spy and you just told me.
Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side. Better you hear it right up front from me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? That's easy. We're good at killing shit.
Pretty nice to have. That's a great
Greatest day
quote.
of my life! Did you
Pretty nice to have somebody like that around.
Basta! Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader. No Inquisitor.
Then maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like it or not.
For a second there, you sounded like a canary. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. The Ben Hasrath have been reading my reports. They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition, joining forces.
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Q. Just, I don't know. Job description.
I mean, Bowl is kind of
Iron Bull's name is
self-explanatory.
Hisrad.
Under the Qun, we use titles, not names.
My title was Hisrad because I was assigned to secret work. You can translate it as Keeper of Illusions, or...
Liar. It means liar.
You've got a good army coming along. Remember that. No matter what comes next, you're doing good work, boss. I like how this Inquisition is coming. Next time you're free, why don't you come grab a drink?
Iron Bull is saying boss, like, like in The Great Gatsby saying old sport, old sport.
A drink. I'll introduce you to the Chargers. I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help. Crap.
Your men need to hold that position, Bull.
They do that. They're dead.
You'd be throwing away an alliance between the Inquisition and the Qunari. You'd be declaring yourself Talvashoth.
You said we should go get some drinks and meet your company.
Yeah, come on. It'll be fun.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts.
They're my men.
Call the retreat.
Don't!
Crazy bunch of assholes, but they're mine. They're falling back.
All these years, Hisrad, and you throw away all that you are. For what? For this? For them?
When I came
Wow.
to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
His name is Iron Bull.
I suppose it is.
I'm proud of you, Bull.
Thanks, boss.
I hoped the Ben Hasrath would let you go.
They did. Sending two guys with blades against me? That's a formality. Just making it clear that I'm Talvashoth. Talva fucking Shoth.
You acted like a Talvashoth for years. That didn't change you. Neither does this.
That was just a role. This is my life. As one of those. I've killed hundreds of Talvashoth in Saharan. Bandits, murderers, bastards who turned their back on the Q. And now I'm one of them.
You're Iron Bull, mercenary captain for the Inquisition.
I can live with that. Look, I've got horns, you've got pointy ears and those freaky big elf eyes. We're probably not the best people to go around deciding what's normal. I've got the orders.
Freaky big elf
For the
eyes.
first time in my life, I can go wherever I want.
Got anywhere in mind?
If it's all the same with you, I'm pretty good right here.
Hisrad, now, please! The Nekatas!
Not a chance, ma'am. Whatever I miss, whatever I regret, this is where I want to be. Whenever you need an ass kicked, the Iron Bull is with you. Inquisitor, come have a drink.
I'm not gonna lie, some of the dialogue is a little cringy.
It's nice to get your hands
Just a
dirty.
bit.
That's
Just a
why I
wee
like
bit.
you, boss. You swing a sword. It's a weird sword made out of magic, but still. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
What's going on, boss? Excellent edit. Definitely told the story,
Hey,
which is always good.
boss.
Hey, boss. I have that stuck in my head, unfortunately. Go ahead and throw that a like. Excellent, excellent. Obviously, an interesting character. You know, what you would typically describe as a tank kind of character. It's, just brash, gets in there, throws his weight around, just swings something, kills like 8 different people or 8 different whatevers. And it's always an interesting character. The language is kind of hilarious. Something that I didn't quite realize was that this character is voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr. And if you're like, who's that? Freddie Prinze Jr. was in a bunch of different movies in the late 90s, early 2000s. Scooby-Doo, certainly one you might have seen. She's All That, which is a classic. Classic coming-of-age teen romantic comedy, it says there. Classic. I Know What You Did Last Summer, slasher horror film, classic. And then had some TV roles and whatnot, but mostly it was that. She's All That was a classic. Oh my gosh. Mixed reviews from critics, not surprising. Reached #1 at the box office in its first week of release. It was one of the most popular teen films in the late 90s. Went on to earn $103 million worldwide, which is crazy because now we would think this as a total gross for a movie would be a flop. If you got $100 million for a movie the entire time it was released, people would be looking at that going, it didn't perform very well. Meanwhile, this was the #1 in the box office the first week. After featuring in the film, the song Kiss Me reached #2 in the Billboard Hot 100. I mean, that's huge. A gender-swapped remake titled He's All That was released in 2021 by Netflix. I mean, if that doesn't describe Netflix in a nutshell, I don't know what does. That's hilarious. But if you're unfamiliar with it, it's literally popular jock, gets bet that he can't turn a dorky, quote unquote, dorky girl. She literally was just wearing glasses. She's still adorable and cute, but she just had glasses on, so they pretended like she was not attractive. And then bets the quarterback or the popular jock that he can't turn her into prom queen in 6 weeks. And then literally the whole scene of her revealing herself into the prom queen was literally just... That's all it was. Really. I mean, put a dress on, put a little makeup on, and just remove the glasses and whoa! Unbelievable. It was so funny. And then, of course, the... oh my gosh. What was the... It's Not Another Teen Movie was the parody of that movie, along with a couple other ones, Breakfast Club, whatever. That was very funny. Another great movie. Great movie, man, I miss early 2000 rom-coms. Same. They were different. They were interesting. I think it's unfortunate that the only kind of rom-coms we get are anything that Netflix makes, or maybe like a Hallmark movie, which are always so cheesy. Girl from the big city moves to, a tiny farm and somehow finds the best looking guy you've ever seen. She helps him with her skill set of being a marketer, save his ranch, and then they fall in love. Like, that is almost word for word pretty much every Hallmark movie or Christmas movie, I guess. It's kind of tough because we don't get a lot of those that come out to the theater anymore. If it's not going to make $500 million, they're just not interested. I miss the days of like When Harry Met Sally and, You've Got Mail um, Autumn in New York, like all these one-time, no sequel rom-coms or romance movies, not big budget, certainly not. Um, and they just do it because it's a feel-good movie, or it's one that gets you in your emotions or whatever. They don't really do that anymore. They had such charm to them. Indeed, they still do. It's sad because a lot of actors say they want to do rom-coms, but they're not giving it to them. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty slim pickings out there, unfortunately. Very, very awful. I do not like the current state of Hollywood. I'm sure you all know that by now. It's not good. He appears in a 2014 video game. We're talking about Iron Bull, by the way. He's a Kunari, a member of metallic-skinned race of large humanoids who live in the northern part of Thetis, setting of the series that venerates a civil religion known as the Kun. He's a spy commissioned by the Ben Hasrith, secret police of the Kunari government, to operate in southern Thetis. As part of his cover, he leads a mercenary company known as the Bull's Chargers. So really, he's a spy. Secret police for the government, but he's made to look like a mercenary leader. Obviously voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr., which is crazy. I had no idea he did voices for video games at all. Like, is this something he's been doing a lot? Yeah, he voiced Jarrus in Star Wars Rebels. Look at that. So apparently he just kind of shifted into voice work. I had no idea that was even a thing. Oh yeah, look at this. Mass Effect 3, Dragon Age Inquisition, Star Wars Rebels, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. That's all video games. And then he's done some other work here. Oh yeah, voice, Border Town. Star Wars The Bad Batch, voice. Kind of interesting. I haven't kept up with his career. Anyway. Freddie Prinze Jr. says Iron Bull is favorite character I've ever played. Whoa. To be fair. I'll try to put this nicely. He hasn't played a lot of great characters. I mean, that is a hot take, but I don't feel like it's too hot. It's more warm, lukewarm take. I did like the character and She's All That. I thought that was a very interesting take on a teen rom-com. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, Jarrus, certainly. A lot of people love Star Wars Rebels. So that's probably the second closest. But who remembers his character? Does his character have any meaning in I Know What You Did Last Summer? Not really. So yeah, this is probably the most meaningful. Certainly has some interesting lines. You probably know him from Scooby-Doo movies or She's All That. But he's voiced some beloved characters over the years too, including Jarrus, Star Wars Rebels, James Vega in Mass Effect 3, and Iron Bull in Dragon Age Inquisition. Iron Bull was his favorite. Iron Bull is the one. That's the voice that's my favorite character I've ever played, ever, and it's a video game. Said in an interview with Original Funko, it's not from a big movie that made $100 million. It's not from Scooby or She's All That. It's a giant, bull-looking, massive buff guy, and they wanted this linebacker bro voice, like, hey, what's up? And it didn't feel right. So we started experimenting with voices from Thunder and Pete from the Mickey Mouse Club to Winston. We shall not flag or fail, and we have eventually smushed those together, and it became the Iron Bull. Said he loves the character because he was loyal and tough, but also non-judgmental. And those 6 weeks he spent recording lines for Dragon Age were the most fun I've ever had in my career. Went as far as to say that he prefers Iron Bull to Kanan. Oh, there you go. There you go, folks. His Jedi teacher character from Rebels, despite loving Kanan. The Iron Bull, if you haven't played Inquisition, is a giant buff one-eyed Kunari companion with an eye patch, as we saw. The leader of the Bull's Chargers, band of mercenaries. Freddie Prinze voiced the two BioWare characters back to back, with Mass Effect 3 launching in 2012 and Dragon Age Inquisition. Actually, for Christmas, my brother just got me. He literally went into a GameStop, right, and was like, "Hey, my brother enjoys video games. What should I get?" And literally left all that up to the GameStop employee. I was like, wait, what? Because I was looking at the games and I'm like, this is such a weird, odd collection of video games. Like, it's very different. And one of them was the Mass Effect collection. So it's got 1, 2, and 3 in it. I've never played any of them, which is good. You know, it was basically all games I haven't played. Sunset Overdrive was another one. What was the... Trying to remember all of them. There was like four or five, I think. I haven't even looked at them, honestly, but I think I would give Mass Effect Collection a try. That's probably pretty good. I don't think I remember anything about it, but maybe it's very good. I remember hearing about Sunset Overdrive and the fact that it's colorful. You know, video games, Call of Duty, whatnot. It's very gray. Video games got very gray and brown and kind of sad. And then I remember when Sunset Overdrive came out, people were so, oh, it's colorful. It's, you know, it's vibrant. It's something different, basically. Which, who knows? I don't know about the game itself, but that's what I remember hearing. Building the epic Dragon Age Inquisition one character at a time. Creators of Dragon Age Inquisition and actor Freddie Prinze Jr. talk about the making of the game's key character. Oh, these must be some, prototype designs. Interesting. Very cool. Now, this is artistry. Just coming up with a character design out of thin air, basically. Closer to the final version. When I was taking animation courses, I was much more interested in the characters already made, because I'm not an artist at all. Characters already made, and then I just animate it. Do like motion capturing eventually and all that kind of stuff. I was so into it. So into it. My whole life's journey was going into video games. Obviously, plans change. That is life. Let that be a lesson to you. One day you're thinking you're going to be in video games. The next, you're not. Far from it, actually. It's a multi-layered story set in a massive world, and the game has earned raves for its sheer scope and depth. The sense of agency players feel as they move through the game's worlds, for its sophisticated treatment of politics. The game also hinges on strong characters, whether you're on a battlefield fighting mercenaries or in a castle considering the act of freeing enslaved wizards. It is your comrades who will help you through it. For all its awesome scale, the game is built upon relationships. Yeah, and certainly that is a beautiful looking landscape. Wow. For all the talk about size and scope of a video game, one thing is for sure. If you don't have a lot to it and it's just a big, vast, empty game, people are not going to enjoy it as much. You got to make sure it's playable, make sure there's things to discover. You got to use the space, utilize the space. Because if it's just big for the sake of being big, Starfield, it will fail for sure, for sure. When others questioned his techniques, I played everything comical. If you were this big, if you were as good as I am, you would do everything I am doing. You're just not. I want him to almost to be almost irreverent to war. You find some battles almost comical, but they wouldn't be because they wouldn't be a challenge. Interesting. It's impossible to overstate what Freddie Prinze Jr. brought to the character. Freddie gave him a sophistication that does not contradict the fact that he can tear someone in half. That makes Bull more of an intelligent, trained professional in a way that makes him more nuanced. Let's see here. Iron Bull quote. Time to iron out your favorite quotes from the Bull. Ha ha ha. My favorite quotes would be, Iron Bull, you know one thing I miss about PondPhuwin? Bananas. Iron Bull, they're bigger, less squishy, and bendier. Blackwall, you're talking about the fruit, right? Blackwall, please tell me you're talking about the fruit. Oh my gosh. The Inquisitor is in a romance with Iron Bull. Any chance I could have the boss borrow your armor later for personal reasons? Cassandra, no. Iron Bull, I'd clean it after. Cassandra, absolutely not. Iron Bull, frustrated sigh. Otherwise, Iron Bull, hey, are you as turned on as I am right now? Cassandra, am I what? Iron Bull, that's probably impossible anyway. My God. That is funny. Cole, I like your horns, the Iron Bull. Cole, but they're dragon horns, not bull horns. You could have named yourself Iron Dragon. Iron Bull, oh crap. That would have been better. That's funny. Iron Bull, Blackwall. Iron Bull, we could fight crime. Blackwall, isn't that exactly what we're doing right this minute, more or less? Iron Bull, oh yeah. So obviously some sophistication, but also can be caught in a mental blunder, I guess we'll call it. Bull, so your girlfriend is a smith? Varric, yes. Bull, she makes weapons with her own hands? Varric, among other things. Bull, that's hot. Oh my gosh. Iron Bull, that staff is in pretty good shape, Dorian. Iron Bull, you spend a lot of time polishing it? Dorian groans. Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh my gosh. You got some good humor in here. One thing that I definitely heard mentioned that the newest one kind of suffered from is some of the dialogue didn't quite match the moment. Like, you know, people would be dying, wars broken out, and then all of a sudden you would just hear, you know, people may die, but it's about the friendships we make along the way. I was like, wait, what? It was very interesting. I watched, if you've ever seen him, he's on YouTube. And I think he streams on Twitch. Or maybe he streams on Twitch and then it gets cut up to YouTube. Not exactly sure. But Luke Stevens, he does a bunch of video game reviews and talks about video game news and whatnot. And he reviewed Dragon Age and had his wife play Dragon Age, the new one. And her biggest complaint was the fact that, number one, it doesn't look as good as she was expecting after having like 10 years to produce it, basically. I know that's kind of a normie way to think about it. You know, some games don't have to look good. Obviously, Minecraft, right? But sometimes, you know, sometimes you want to see a good looking thing, you know? But the other one was the dialogue was odd in certain parts. And Luke described it as, you know, it felt like some of the characters were using therapy speak during like crucial moments. Like battle's broken out, you got to prepare, you're going to fight, and then somebody hits you with something like, it's about the friendships we made along the way. And you're just like, wait, what? No, I don't want to hear that right now. Give us a war speech. Give us, build us up. And he said, apparently, even in the dialogue trees where you select your response, there's no like way to like break out of that. It's all like, I really love you guys or something like that. Obviously, that's not what it says. I'm just coming up with that, but very similar to that, which is unfortunate. What's going on, Rocco Kitty? Better late than never. Yeah. Got an hour and a half of PTO. Nice. Congratulations. I hoard PTO like it's going out. All right, let's hop into the next reaction video. It is Kang Ho and Me Ju, I think. Colorway. The Good Bad Mother finale. Ooh. Spoiler alert. Spoilers, episode 1 through 14. Turn on closed captioning. I got it. What do we got? Oh, Colorway is the name of the song. It's by Novo Amor. Just a heads up on that. The K-drama? Indeed. I've avoided this K-drama because it looks so sad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Get the tissues. Get the tissues. We're going in to our emotions. There's the thumbnail for it. Looks lovely. But something tells me that hug right there, that hug over there, will be quite sad. Let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? And then we'll discuss it, of course. Oh. I gotta change the look of this, otherwise we're gonna get some closed captioning cut off and we'll have no idea what they're saying. Unless you speak the language, and then I guess you don't need them. But I definitely do. Go ahead and adjust this real quick. Start it over again so we don't miss anything. There we go.
네. 강호 일기 속에 그 애가 너였냐고. 강호가 그렇게 나 사랑했다던 그 애가 미주 너였구나, 그치? 그래서 그 기억을 잃은 와중에도 무의식적으로 너를 찾고 좋아하고, 비록 지금은 기억을 못하지만 분명 강호는 그때 절 버렸거든요. 널 버린 게 아니야. 강호는 우릴 버린 게 아니야. 나중에 일이 잘못됐을 때 강호의 가족이고 연인이라는 이유로 우리가 더 위험해질까 봐 지 스스로 떠난 거야. 강호가 버린 건 우리가 아니라 바로 지 자신이었다고. 하루에도 몇 번이나 죽고 싶었어. 매일 울고 매일 욕하고 매일 널 미워하고 저주했다고. 예진이, 서진이 강호 아이예요.
미안해, 못 알아봐서.
다시 만나면 죽여버리려 그랬어. 근데 아프대.
와우.
받기만 해라. 진짜 죽인다. 근데 네가 더 아팠대. 아니 버려주고 비참하고 억울한 건 난데 왜 나 원망할 때도 없냐고. 왜 나보다 네가 더 아프냐고. 왜? 사랑하는 사람 이미주 맞지?
맞아, 이미주. 내 미주야, 아직 나 용서하지 마. 나 네가 없어야 할 수 있는 그 일, 그거 아직 안 끝났어. 그러니까 절대로 용서하지 말고 매일매일 나 욕하고 저주하고 미워하고 그러고 있어. 무사히 다 마치고 돌아오면 그때 무릎 꿇고 정식으로 빌게. 그때는 내가 너 기다릴게. 네가 나 용서해 줄 때까지, 알았지?
내가 그랬지. 한 번만 더 나 살려주면 너랑 결혼해준다고. 한 번 더 살려주면 그때는 내가 결혼해줄게. 목에 사탕 걸렸을 때 한 번, 오토바이
That
사고 났을 때
firework
한
was a paid
번,
actor.
그리고 마지막으로 날 살린 게 뭔지 알아? 우리 애들. 너는 우리 곁에 없었지만 단 한순간도 너랑 함께가 아닌 적이 없었어. 그러니까 반드시 돌아와. 돌아와서 이제 평생 우리 옆에 살아. 알았지?
이미주! 너 내가 3번 살려줬으니까 미워도 다시 한 번, 싸워도 다시 한 번, 유치빤스 치자 빤스여도 다시 한 번! 나랑 평생 행복하게 오래오래 살아줘.
사람들은 늘 처음처럼 사랑하라고 말하지만 난 늘 마지막처럼 사랑하라고 말해주고 싶어.
He found his niche.
이미주!
Breaking
당신을
hearts.
최강호의 아내로 긴급 체포합니다.
보석같이 내 몸같이 이렇게 서로 아끼고 사랑하면서 행복하게 잘 살아. 알았지? 네.
네. 살고 싶어.
Solid advice from the mother.
너랑 오래오래 같이.
Whoa. Number one, beautiful choice of a song for that. I'm going to go ahead and throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description for all these videos. Go ahead and check it out and throw it some love. Also, check out the channels. I'm assuming they have more videos you might be interested in. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I went to the exact same screen. There we go. Hi. Oh my gosh. That was emotional. Definitely saw that coming. Thanks to you all. Boy, let's pull up some information on Good Bad Mother. Obviously, you can kind of tell that had some issues after what seemed like an accident or something like that. It's available for streaming on Netflix, selected regions. Series was a commercial hit and became one of the highest rated series in Korean cable television history. Set a new record for the highest ratings achieved by any Wednesday through Thursday drama in history. Wow. Tragic accident leaves an ambitious prosecutor with the mind of a child and a paraplegic, forcing him and his mother to embark on a journey to heal their relationship. That is an interesting synopsis right there. Single mother who runs a pig farm, that explains the farm, and has lived a tenacious life to protect her child. Kang Ho, Young Soon's son, who works as a prosecutor and has a cold-hearted personality. He suffers from amnesia after an unexpected accident and returns as a child. Whoa. I've heard of that. I forget what it's called. Where people go through a traumatic experience or some sort of head injury or something, and then they acquire something that they didn't have before. Like I forget what it's called. It's a medical term, which escapes me, but I've seen stories of people that have gotten a head injury or something like that, and then all of a sudden they're speaking a language they never spoke, or they're speaking in an accent they never spoke of. Very odd. Very, we don't understand the human brain like at all. Some things, of course, but most of it is still kind of a mystery, which is interesting. Human brain, most of the ocean. It's amazing we've been here for so long and have so much technology, but we're still kind of lost on some of these things. Wonder why they named it the Good Bad Mother when the Korean is just the bad mother. Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, literal meaning bad mom. Oh, wow. That is interesting. Why did they call it the Good Bad Mother? That is a great point. Viewers per episode in the millions. Look at that. It went up throughout the entirety of it. That's pretty impressive. So clearly some word of mouth, maybe some advertising. It just kept going up and up and up and up. That's unbelievable. Average audience share, third, first in Seoul, nationwide fourth, first, second, first. And then it was just first all the way through and just got huge. Look at that. Wow. That is impressive. Didn't win a single award. That's probably the most shocking. How is the most... Well, okay, I take that back. Usually the most popular movies and stuff like that don't win Oscars. That's just a fact. Maybe they win an Oscar for like best soundtrack or best costume design or something like that. They never almost never win like best picture or whatever. So that's not surprising, but the fact that it didn't win any awards is crazy. 10 best Korean dramas of 2023 on Netflix. 0 awards. Hopefully it gets one. Like, good grief. It was popular, but also had big actors in it that helped people go and watch it. That's good. Acquired savant syndrome. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it started with less than 1 million viewers and it ended up at almost 3. Pretty big. That is pretty big. Good Bad Mother, 8.9 on MDL, my drama list, which is very high for anything on there, considering the amount of review bombing that goes on. As an adult, he became a cold-hearted prosecutor. Yep, kept his distance from his mother. However, an unexpected accident caused him to return to his hometown, start over. His childhood friend, known for her warm heart and strong sense of justice, also reconnected with him after his accident, leading to a transformative experience for her. So it kind of like changed his personality, obviously, to more childlike. Made him just a more, frankly, pleasant person to be around. Went from cold-hearted to he obviously needed to rely on his mother quite a bit. Interesting. What a masterpiece, just bravo. 10 out of 10 everything. You know my thoughts on this if you've seen the channel for a while. I try to go for more realistic. Because nothing is a 10 out of 10. Absolutely nothing. But I like a nice 6 to 8 or 6 to 8.5. That seems to be a more, it was great, but they also had some reservations to it. I want to like the series, but I can't. She was a bad mother. Trigger warning, parental abuse. That's the question I have. Like, what drove him away and made him cold? Raised her son with a strict parenting style despite her love for him. Grew up to become a prosecutor while keeping his distance from his mother. So clearly it was very strict, apparently. Accident caused him to start a journey to heal their relationship together. The introduction with the cute pig running on a sunny day is kind of misleading as to what was coming. Oh, they probably did that for a reason. They probably did that for a reason. I thought it was a very heartwarming, cheerful family drama, but it's not. Murder, trauma, and painful. Oof. He went from a soft cinnamon roll to a cold-hearted prosecutor. From the beginning, the mother did really horrible things to the son. She was strict. She was mean. The intention of, I want you to be successful or I want you to be good in school. She threw his food away before he finished eating because she thinks he'll get sleepy after eating. I mean, yeah, I get a little sleepy. Doesn't everybody? You got to digest your food, and that causes, that takes a lot of energy, and you get a little tired after you eat. Depending on the size of your meal, of course. Let's see. She threw his artwork away because he wasn't studying enough for her. Oh, hobbies took too much of his time away from studying, apparently. Even after the accident, she still did horrible things. She knows that he's basically in a handicapped state. Like, he can't even move his hand, but she left him to feed himself. She's impatient. She took his food away when he can't even hold his spoon. Oof. She also threw him into the river to force him to walk again. What? He was screaming for help from her. This sounds just awful. Oh my gosh. Good grief. Yeah, that's definitely a bad mother. I would, I feel like I'm not going out on a limb by saying that. Why she learns no lesson at all, while I understand she just wants him to grow up well, I saw her behavior as abusive and hard to watch. Yeah, that would be hard to watch. What's worse is that the scenes are given bouncy, funny music. What? Oh, no. But it's seriously not funny to me. No, of course not. I know it's fiction, but the writer really went bad there. She really went back and forth, and the good part is not good enough to redeem herself because what she's done is too much. Oh my gosh. Why would you have bouncy, funny music when she's throwing her son into the river to force him to try to walk or like build muscle or whatever? That's crazy. I guess that's trying to somehow make a dark situation a little lighter, maybe, but I just let it be dark. Just let it be dark is my thoughts there. Sometimes movies can be dark, but obviously you're hoping for some sort of a redemption arc, right? For some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. The actress Ra Miran, the good bad mother, is neither good nor bad. Oh, to actress. The good bad mother is neither good nor bad. The actress who plays the mother, Korean character, the character described in the title of a Korean drama, yet she would not describe her character as either good or bad. Well, that's, I don't know about that after reading what happens. Wants her son to succeed, so she makes him focus solely on academics. He becomes a prosecutor, fulfilling her dream. Ugh. That reminds me of Varsity Blues, when James Vanderbeek says to his dad, the crescendo of the movie, his dad's, pushing him to be great at football and, you're going to go pro and all this stuff. And he just goes, I don't want your life. Beautiful moment. Becomes a prosecutor, fulfilling her dream, but the relationship is strained. Yeah, I'd say so. Does that make her a bad mother? Excuse me. Whether you make a good mother or not is up to your child. If he, she thinks you are a good mother, then you're a good mother. If he, she calls you a bad mother, you are a bad mother. Children are the ones who get to judge our performance as a parent. Nonetheless, I don't want the mothers out there to be too harsh on themselves or to themselves, thinking they are a bad mother and not good enough for their kids. Okay. Lot to unpack there. Reading the plot of the movie, some of the happenings, and then reading that quote doesn't quite jive. It doesn't match up. Clearly, this is titled Bad Mother because it's trying to make the mother bad. What are you talking about? Taking food away from your child so they don't get sleepy after they eat. That would qualify you as a bad mother, I think. A bad parent. How about that? Is that a little softer? Throwing your paraplegic son after an accident into a body of water to try to force them to learn how to walk again as he's struggling and potentially drowning, that would make you a bad mother, a bad parent. Like, how is that up for discussion? The movie is literally titled, or the series is literally titled Bad Mother. It's meant to Make that obvious. I don't get this quote at all. I don't want the mothers out there to be too harsh on themselves. If you're doing any of those activities, you should probably reassess. You should probably be a little hard on yourself. Like, what? Good grief. You could be already doing more than enough for your kid, and sometimes if you try too hard to be a good parent, what you think you do for the sake of your children can backfire and become a burden for them. Yes. Abuse is abuse. Now, there's certain parenting habits that can be seen as a third party as abusive, that have happened forever. Certainly what comes to mind is spanking, of course. Timeouts, that kind of stuff. The discipline. Usually everything else is kind of copacetic, but discipline seems to be kind of that line that a lot of people have. But withholding food so they don't get tired and they can study more, like that's crossing the line. Like that's already past the line. Like that's a little much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this quote is mind-blowing to me. Is she trying to be a good parent? Maybe. In a weird, warped way. But from an outside perspective, it sounds just warped. In her defense, she wanted him to be better than her to make it out. I get it. But there's certain lines that we just don't cross. Like, clearly there was no line with her. She was willing to do whatever it takes to get that kid to be whatever, prosecutor, successful, etc. I get it. You want the best for your kid, of course. But pushing the kid too much in a backwards way to push him, yeah, it's too much. I get it. You want him to be successful and all that good stuff, and positive reinforcement is certainly a good way to go. But there can be a negative enforcement, maybe a little bit, just a dose, but not overdoing it. There is a line where, prisons don't even do this. Like it's a little much. Plus it was just him and her. Yeah, that might have been an issue in the fact that she didn't have like outside perspectives to go, you're doing that with your kid? Or, some sort of somebody else that was like normal in society would show her a different way of doing it. But yeah, that's clearly a bit too much. Young Soon is heartbroken that her son is so distant. I mean, what do you expect there? All she ever wanted was for him to have enough power in the world not to be trampled on. I get that. I get it. But there should be some lines in the sand that you don't cross. She did not imagine how the relationship might suffer. Oy. That is partly why parenting is so hard, with another laugh. It's a riddle no one can ever solve. In The Good Bad Mother, Young Soon goes through her own highs and lows throughout her life, which make her a relatable character. Because of them, we grow compassionate and empathetic towards her as the series goes. I personally like to think of Young Soon as a pitiable mother rather than a bad mother. I mean, that's fair. If she had a pretty abusive upbringing, I mean, it's hard to break that chain once it starts. You have to literally work through it and consciously choose to not carry it forward into the next generation. So, I guess it depends on how her childhood was, and maybe she treated him better than she was treated. So maybe it's a step in the right direction, but it's still harsh. Still very harsh. Netflix K-drama review, The Good Bad Mother. Lee Do finally achieves his revenge in histrionic climax. Series about the son of a pig farming couple who becomes a prosecutor to avenge his father's death, yet becomes estranged from his mother, is a simple tale. While charming, its cast is padded with some downright silly characters, and the narrative extended with dubious subplots, yet in the end it wraps in a rush. Interesting. Unfortunately, this article is like hidden behind a paywall, which is not great. But Pierce Conran gave it a 2.5 out of 5, which is not good. Which is weird because the audience on MDL gave it an 8.9 out of 10. So I don't know. Important lessons about second chances. I mean, this might be a good thing to read here. What does it mean to be a good mother? What are the necessary virtues? Can a mother be good and bad at the same time? Netflix's new South Korean series is a moving and thoughtful work that invites us to rethink the negative consequences of controlling, possessive, and over-involved motherhood. Yeah, let's see. This is the story of a woman who goes too far in raising her young child with the intention of forging a life of privilege and power for him. One of the highlights of the show is that it defies genre classification. A dramedy with criminal touches is what IMDb says, which means that we'll have doses of drama, comedy, revenge thriller, and in addition, we'll have a dose of rural life and pigs. 14-episode miniseries. They're about a little over an hour each. Set in a small town. First glance, everything looks pretty good for them. Their life may be modest. They're both cheerful and enjoy honest love. However, everything gets complicated when a powerful conglomerate of construction companies intimidates the small family with the intention of taking over their land. That seems like a very classic story, doesn't it? As expected, farmer Choi adamantly refuses and challenges them on the spot. Soon, Song-woo's thugs set fire to the pig farm, settling the matter in the most brutal way possible. Things get especially raw when a fraudulent court exonerates him of the charges, and Young Soon's husband turns up lifeless. Ooh. After Choi's suspicious ending himself, Young Soon is left to fend for herself. The young woman has no choice but to make her own way and prepare to raise her child. Mourning and aggrieved by the legal system, the woman begins to devise a prominent future for Kang-ho. Young Soon raises her little boy with iron discipline. She believes that a strict upbringing and a brutal academic regimen will ensure him a distinguished career and prosperous life. Eager to make Kang-ho influential and powerful man, authoritarian mother sets him up as a prosecutor. She becomes a domineering, possessive, and at times extremely harmful mother. Time and again, the woman pushes the boy beyond his endurance. In this regard, Young Soon does not allow little Kang-ho to have too much fun with his toys or attend school functions, nor does she allow him to watch television or share with friends. She obsessively limits his food, his naps, and his time. Oh boy. While it is true that Young Soon has a career goal that could eventually make Kang-ho's life easier, the show reiterates the idea that a person needs much more than just breaking academic records to feel fulfilled and satisfied. At the core of it is the suffocating and complicated relationship between the mother and son. As might be expected, the mother's invasive and controlling behaviors ultimately undermine family ties, of course. Who wouldn't rebel at that point? Maybe as you get older, you start to understand it, of course. You know, she wanted him to do better and push him and all that stuff. But some of that stuff seems pretty awful. And the fact that she kept doing it, even though he had the accident and obviously things were not good, it's a bit much. Overwhelmed by the inordinate pressure and angered by the constant intrusion into his life, decides to leave and bury his past. Let's see. Mother achieved her goal, but the cost is undoubtedly too high. Accident leaves him with the mentality of a 7-year-old boy. Obviously needs his mother's care after that. Chance to start life again. Wow, that is excellent optimism. Certain way, this unfortunate event is an opportunity for redemption for the woman. Yeah. Precious opportunity to reconnect with her son and make amends for her failures. Although the wounds between them are deep and painful, our characters begin to mend the cracks in the relationship. Eventually, the show reveals a delicate truth. Kang Ho is not the ruthless prosecutor he used to appear to be. Kang Ho is a brilliant and risk-taking man doing the best he can to vindicate his family, even if it means using numerous masks and tricks, even if it means sacrificing himself. By the end of the series, love is in the air, and the wicked get their comeuppance. Interesting. Second chances, family pressures, and the dangers of revenge. Very interesting. It sounds hard to watch at times, but it seems extremely powerful. Certainly the messaging, showing someone who, you can think you're doing the right thing by pushing someone to be the best they can be and all that stuff. But you can actually go a little too far where you just push them away completely. And without that accident, I don't think he'd ever return. And who knows if that relationship would ever be mended at all. Maybe if she had like a, life-threatening illness or something like that, maybe he would start to feel bad, like he was, losing a part of himself. But you do not want to leave it to that. Like that's brutal to have that kind of deathbed reunion, which happens all the time, unfortunately. But I'm glad. I'm glad that this show exists because, frankly, that is a thing. Parents pushing their kids a little too far or too hard to be perfectionists or do things that the parents wanted to do but they couldn't do. That's classic. That's so cliche. I've seen snippets of the TLC show Toddlers and Tiaras, where it's like, beauty pageants for young children, and the mothers and the fathers, whoever is overseeing it, is just pushing them to an unbelievable, like, adulthood, I guess you could say. Like, it's kind of gross and cringe. Maybe they wanted to do that stuff, or maybe they did do that stuff as a kid, and now they're pushing it upon their child. It's just a lot of it is kind of gross and cringe, as I said. But I don't know. It's got good ratings, so maybe people enjoyed it. But I couldn't help but watch it and just go, ugh, it's too much, too much. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the next video. It is PondPhuwin. I think I'm saying that right. Moments that make life worth living. Interesting. Starred in the following dramas together: Fish Upon the Sky, Never Let Me Go, Our Sky 2, and We Are, which came out in 2024. This is an introduction into these two guys here. The pairing. Compiled some most iconic moments to give you a general idea of what the relationship dynamic is like. I'm reading the description, by the way. Making reaction videos to this is very welcomed. All right. Well, there you go. I will do just that. Thanks to a ToddReacts.com member that requested this. This was posted in August of 2014. Let's go ahead and bring it up. I don't know if we're going to need closed captioning. Maybe it's already on there, but we'll see. Have another upcoming series this year. Nice. Very cool. All right. Ready to go.
เขาตอนเมาเขาตอนเมาก็ชอบโทรมาตอนเมาเชี่ยกูรักมึงมากนะเว้ยไม่รู้จะเกิดอะไรขึ้นเลยบอกว่ากูรักมึงมากนะเว้ยถ้าตอนเมาแล้วกันเราจะชอบบางครั้งจะโทรมาบางครั้งจะพิมพ์มาในไลน์แล้วพอในไลน์ปุ๊บบางครั้งผมไม่ว่างตอบอย่างเงี้ยเนี่ยเขียนมาซ้ำเพิ่มมากเฮ้ยทำไมมึงไม่ตอบกูวะโอเคเดี๋ยวไปเฮ้ยนี่คือพาร์ทเนอร์กูนี่คือคนที่กูรักที่สุดในชีวิตกูโคตรรักมึงเลยเว้ยกูขอบคุณมากเลยนะเว้ยสำหรับทุกอย่างเฮ้ยทำไมมึงไม่ตอบกูอ่ะมึงไม่ตอบกูอ่ะซื้อเจี๊ยบเต้าเฮ้ยไอ้เนี่ย
I will say I would much rather deal with an emotional drunk as opposed to an angry drunk. Those are two very different things, and I would much rather deal with someone who just gets like huggy and emotional.
เราจำได้เปล่าว่าเมื่อคืนทำอะไรไว้บ้างอะฮะเมื่อคืนทำคดีอะไรไว้บ้างอะ
I would love to drink with Pond, honestly.
ทำไมอะจำได้เต้นกับพี่เตจำไม่ได้ว่าทำอะไรไว้บ้าง
จำได้ผมนี้คุณแล้วคุณทำหน้าแบบ
ไม่ใช่อันเดิม
คุณกอดผมนะคุณกอด
ใครกอดกันแน่ใครกอดใคร
คุณแล้วไม่ได้ให้
ลงมาจากเวทีปุ๊บเดินมาพูวินกูไม่ไหวแล้วกูขอเต้นหน่อยอีกรอบได้ไหมพูวินกูไม่ได้กูเต้นไม่ได้เลยกูขอเต้นหน่อยอีกรอบได้ไหม
จะมีประโยคนึงนี่ว่าก็เดินมาเดินลงมาแล้วผมอยู่ข้างล่างผมก็มองเขาอยู่พอเดินลงมาเสร็จปุ๊บเขาเดินเซแล้วเขาก็ล้มใส่ผมก็แบบสะดุดรักไงสะดุดรักไง
Oh.
ถ้าเธอกลัวผีอ่ะห้องเรามีหมีนะกอดไหมกอดชูวินดีกว่านี่กอดชูวินดีกว่านี่กอดชูวินดีกว่านี่กอดชูวินดีกว่านี่กอดชูวินดีกว่านี่อยู่ไหนเนี่ย
That's awesome.
เรื่องคิดถึงกูแหละ
They're known for it. That's amazing.
เขากินกับเธอหรอแป๊บนึงนะกูถามเลยเป็นไรอ่ะนายเป็นคนแบบแผ่วๆมากนะเป็นคนอย่างนี้จริงเหรอชอบเล่นมุกแบบอยู่ๆก็เล่นแล้วก็แบบ
นะครับผมอะเป็นคนที่ไม่ค่อยกินกาแฟฮะเพราะเวลากินกาแฟมันทำให้ใจสั่นไม่รู้ว่าใจสั่นเพราะกาแฟหรือแกฟ้า
Oh.
ใจพี่ไม่เขินเลย
I should have seen that coming.
ก็ชนะใจพี่
เนี่ยตัดไปแล้วนะผมยาวมากตัดได้แล้วผมยาวมัดใจได้นะ
Oh.
ตื่นเต้นไหม2 คนเอาจริงๆตื่นเต้นไหมผมก่อนขึ้นผมใจสั่นโดนๆนะแล้วตอนนี้อะไรเพราะตื่นเต้นแบบนี้ใจสั่นเพราะว่าหนึ่งนั้นหนึ่งเนี่ยวันนั้นหนึ่งปกติแล้วหนึ่งอ่ะสอง
This is an amazing edit, by the way.
ก็คือห้องที่แตะจมูกใช่ไหมห้องนั้นใช่ร้อนจริงนะผมใช่ตอนนั้นจำได้แล้วไปถ่ายขนาดเข้าไม่ค่อยเยอะนะพี่รู้สึกได้เลยว่ามันต้องร้อนมาก
คุณร้อนว่าอากาศหรือคุณร้อนว่าเขินผมป่ะมีความเขินนิดนึงเหรอ
ก็เขิน
Oh my gosh. The setups are just amazing. At this point, they should probably just know it's coming.
ตื่นเต้นเนี่ยเขาไม่รู้นะวิชวลเขาไม่ทำความอะไรวะ
วนไว้อยู่อยากไหล
ไม่ไหลบนว่าอะไร
บนให้ภูวินหอมแก้มปอนจะแจก1,000
จะ1,000กี่รางวัล
ถ้าหอมจริงให้5เลยอะ
ของดีๆมันต้องเก็บไว้นะไม่ได้นะเราอยู่ในที่สาธารณะเราจะมาทำอะไรแบบนี้ไม่ได้นะ
งั้นก็ถ่ายลง
ถ้าอยากได้นะไปแท็กมินิสตาร์พวกนี้บอกว่าให้ถ้าเกิดมีมินิให้แอบถ่ายไว้หน่อยแล้วกันเนี่ยแล้วอยู่ในที่สาธารณะไม่พอกล้องเยอะขนาดนี้ด้วย
ซีรีส์ยังกล้าทำเลย
ซีรีส์ไม่ใช่ซีรีส์เราไม่ได้ทำในที่สาธารณะแต่แค่มันออนแอร์มาให้คนสาธารณะเฉย
ก็ถ่ายลงไง
จริง
โด
จริงแล้วมีช่วงหนึ่งผมยาวแล้วผมลองไปตัดผมสั้นถ้าพี่ได้เห็นแล้วมันก็แซวตอนผมสั้นแต่ผมรู้สึกว่าพอผมสั้นอ่ะมันดูแบบดูไม่แบดเลยอ่ะผมชอบผมยาวแบดกว่าก็เลยเลือกว่าไว้ผมยาวดีกว่าแต่ว่าก็อาจจะไม่ได้ยาวเหมือนก่อนหน้านี้แล้วคุยกันอยู่แล้วผมจะแรกคุยกันว่าถามเนี่ยแต่ว่าพี่คุยว่าแบบว่าถ้าเกิดพี่ไว้ทรงผมแบบว่าถ้าคุยทรงผมแบบว่าแบบก็เลยก็ส่วนหนึ่งก็ตามใจแล้วคุยตามใจแล้วว่า
He tried to soften that a little bit.
ปอนผมสั้นหรือปอนผมยาว
ปอนผมสั้นครับ
เวลายาวผมนะรู้ว่าปกติเนี่ยผมจะไว้ผมยาวเป็นไงครับอยากให้ผมเปลี่ยนทรงอะไรเปลี่ยนไหมผมได้ตามที่ผมปรารถนาแล้วผมโอเคเลยแค่นี้ว่าผมยาวมากผมเลยคุยกับเขาว่าแบบอยากติดว่าผมสั้นเขาก็ทำให้ด้วยคุณลองไว้ผมยาวตอนนี้นะจริงตอนนี้ก็ใกล้เคียงได้อีกนิดนึงผมติดซีรีส์เรื่องนึงมาสิแต่ว่าเดี๋ยวถ้าได้เดี๋ยวจะไว้ให้สามารถสร้างความเปลี่ยนแปลงให้ชีวิตพวกเขาได้นะครับไม่ต้องเป็นหมอดูก็ดูออกครับ
How many people would freak out if somebody else grabbed their phone like that and just started running through it? That's a good question. Let me know down below in the comments if you're watching this later on YouTube. Would you freak out if somebody just went yoink and just started scrolling, opening things, etc.? Depends who it was, yeah.
พี่บอลยิ้มโทรศัพท์หน่อยเอามาขอได้
I would. There's not even anything on there. It's just stressful. True. That is true. Even a blank phone, I'd be like, oh.
ซื้อเลยด้วย
ซื้อเลยเดี๋ยวโอนคืนให้โอเคคืนไป
สแกนโทรศัพท์กันได้เหรออะไรทำไมไม่มาขึ้นมา
ทำไมหรอว่าทำไมอ่ะ
ไม่ได้ล็อกหน้าจอหรอ
คืนนี้คือไม่เชื่อหรือว่า
อยากรู้
ก็จะสแกนได้แป๊บนึงไม่เชื่อกันหรอ
เชื่อค่ะ
โอ้โหฟิตว่ะลายไปแล้วก็ลายจริงปะเนี่ยลายจริง
I thought I could do a poll. I mean, that involves a lot of trust. There we go.
คือแบบว่าปกติน้องเขาจะเป็นคนแบบน้องเลยแล้วกันนะก็น้อง
All right, we'll say oh my gosh. The Twitch app in creator mode is not the greatest. It literally just froze on the poll. Anyway, guess we're not doing
แต่ว่า
that.
วันนั้นเขาอาจจะอยู่ในอารมณ์ที่แบบอยากเล่นกับเราพอดีใช่เราก็จะเป็นฟิลแบบตามใจเขา
ข้างหลังจริงแหละ
Oh, I could do it. Oh, I could do it on here. I didn't know I could do it from the computer. Nice.
มึงพิเศษนะเนี่ยเขามาโนเนียด้วยเนี่ยแน่นอนอยู่แล้วมันเป็นความสบายใจยกเว้นกับน้อยคนมากนะ
เวลาจะถ่ายซีรีส์เวลาที่เข้าด้วยกัน2 คนประมาณ 80% เลยทุกซีนถ้าเกิดคุณภูวินมีอาการคึกขึ้นมาเมื่อไหร่หรือมีอาการที่แบบว่าตื่นจากเขาก็จะชอบเอาหน้ามาใกล้ๆครับแล้วก็แบบว่าแบบ
อยู่เฉยๆก็น่ารักเธอทำได้ยังไงนะยิ้มเบาๆแค่อยากรู้จักตัวฉันคงอยู่เฉยๆไม่ได้แล้ว Would you please be mine ขอเป็นแฟนเธอเลยได้เปล่าได้หรือเปล่า
Okay. All right. I don't know who was filming that. I don't know who was filming that, but that was kind of creepy. Like through doors, through windows. Oh my gosh.
ว่าแบบเนี่ยผู้วินเป็นคนยังไงผมบอกว่าบางคนบอกเข้าไม่ถึงผมบอกว่าแต่นี่รู้หมดนะบางทีแบบว่าจะไม่ต้องคุยกันแต่แบบมองหน้าก็รู้แล้วว่าเพราะว่าแบบมันเหมือนเป็นการมองหน้าแล้วแบบใช่แต่ก่อนแบบเราอาจจะต้องคุยเยอะหน่อยเพื่อแบบเฮ้ยอันนี้เราไม่โอเคนะอันนี้แบบรู้สึกอย่างนี้อันนี้รู้สึกอย่างนี้แต่หลังๆมันแบบที่สำคัญเลยคือไม่เคยคิดว่าสมมติอนาคตถ้าเกิดแบบจะมีโอกาสแบบแยกทางกันแบบไม่ได้อยู่ด้วยกันแล้วผมจะไม่เปลี่ยน
All right, so the poll results. 3 maybes, 2 yeses, 0 nos. Interesting. All right. We got some brave and confident people in the chat.
เปลี่ยนคู่จริงครับเพราะอยู่ตรงนี้โอเคไม่ได้พูดกับเขาตรงๆไม่เคยพูดกับเขาตรงๆแต่เขาเป็นพาร์ทเนอร์ที่ดีมากๆครับแล้วก็ถ้าให้มาเลือกคนอื่นก็คงไม่เลือกคนอื่นก็คงอย่างเงี้ยแหละว่ามีคนที่รักเธอตรงนี้อย่ากลัวเลยถ้าฟ้าจะพาให้เราต้องห่างกันแค่เธอรอตรงนั้นแล้วฉันจะหาเธอให้เจอหากวันพรุ่งนี้เป็นอย่างไรให้เธอจำไว้เลยว่าฉันคนนี้จะอยู่เพื่อเธอแค่คนเดียว
You're welcome. Thank you for making this. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love, and also check out the channel. They might have other edits that you might find interesting as well. So let's go over some information. Thanks for participating in the poll, by the way. I was trying to figure out finally how to do it, and I figured it out. Yay. So I'll just be asking you a bunch of questions from now on. Well, let's go ahead and pull up some information. on Pond and Phuwin. I think it's Phuwin. I think the P is silent. Pretty sure, maybe, guessing, hopefully. We did go over them previously, so we're not going to go super into detail here. But fluent in English, this is Phuwin. Able to speak some Mandarin. Getting his first speaking role in the series Sunshine, My Friend in 2015, performed in The Sound of Music at a theater production. Got his start as a singer, primarily singing original soundtracks for his works for GMM-TV. Signed with Riser Music in 2024. Released his first single under the label To You late last year. Began voice acting, voicing Life Weaver in the first-person shooter game Overwatch 2. Oh, no way. I've definitely played Overwatch 2. Which character is Life Weaver? Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I've definitely seen that character before. Absolutely hate playing against it. That is a fact. But yeah, it's tough. That's a tough character to play against. Nice. That's very cool. I would love to be a voice for a video game character. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Bunch of projects, TBA. Support role, main role as Peach and Me and Thee. Scarlet Heart, main role. So he's blowing up, as they say. Honestly, good ratings for pretty much everything. Not bad. Not bad at all. Pond, member of Project Jasper and Riser Music. Currently studying biomedical engineering. During his university life, Pond was crowned the hottest guy of the Faculty of Engineering. Well, there you go. Hottest guy in the engineering. Founder of clothing brand Apollo. As partners, what do we got here? I'm new to the BL world, and recently I came across the pair, PondPhuwin, and watched their drama FUTS and NLMG and loved them in it. Also, I dived into the world of BL. Well, there you go. And saw every bit of them on different social media platforms. I liked how genuine they are to each other and their fans, and not give away any unnecessary fan service, which ironically is mandatory in the BL world. Now I love how they are in general, but sometimes I found Phuwin to be too cold and bothered around his surroundings, and Pond being too happy-go-lucky, kind always. Wait, how can you... Wait. How can you love them and like how genuine they are to each other, and then at the same time say this one's too cold and then this one's too happy? I don't like that. They're too happy. Sometimes his face is so cold that it's strange. Is it his basic nature, or is there something else? What? Are they hiding something? What the heck? I'm loving their current show, We Are, so much. That baby is just a workaholic and is probably juggling university, exams, events, photo shoots, traveling, fan meets, series shoots, and anything and everything in between, so he mostly is tired, but doesn't let it show most of the time, but can't help once in a while, you know. He said in an interview that his day starts at 6 a.m. and ends around 11 p.m. to midnight every day, so it's understandable for his energy to be high and low depending on the day. Phuwin is sometimes in energy-saving mode. That is, oh my gosh. I'm assuming a lot of us can relate to that. Energy-saving mode, where you're just kind of like going through the motions. Or he will be absent-minded and not responsive, and sometimes he's in a bombastic side-eyes mode, which he is quite famous for. Anyway, welcome. Hope you have fun. If you like their series, there are quite a few of their interviews on YouTube. They also filmed a travel variety program, Little Big World, that's cute and lets you see more of Thailand. Variety program is where you see how exhausted they are some days. Pond was sick during one episode I watched recently. Let's see. Also, when Phuwin gets nervous or anxious at some official events, he can also look focused and a bit aloof. Sometimes he's just tired and his energy is lacking. Others have already written about it. I mean, I don't get the dive into the, sometimes he's cold and bothered by his surroundings. Well, yeah. Have you ever been bothered by your surroundings and felt cold? Yes, we all go through that. Your day could be terrible. Somebody could say something that ruins your day, or, maybe you're just exhausted because you're doing a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm sure we have, ups and down days, just like everybody else. It makes sense. And sometimes you're super happy and fun and energetic. You're feeling good. And then some days just suck. Let's be honest. Some days are just, let's end it. Let's go to the next day. I give up. Hopefully that happens towards the end of the day. But, yeah, I mean, I don't see the reasoning for the questioning on that. Never Let Me Go. These are all the series that they're in. Never Let Me Go, 8.0. Nice. Fish Upon the Sky, We Are. Dark Blue Kiss, Summer Night, Our Sky 2, Never Let Me Go. Me and Thee, which is coming out eventually. After a dramatic first encounter, photographer Peach, great name, becomes an amateur life coach to wealthy businessman Thee. Fixated on the corns and out of touch with the value of a bot, Kun Thee needs to get a grip on reality. Interesting. They're trying to get a bit of humanity back into a out of touch person. What is We Are? For this friend group, no matter how hard their university studies are, there's always something more to do. Their head in? What? Oh, gotcha. The chaos of life and love won't let anyone rest. We are friends, but we fight for each other and like each other so much we might hit on each other. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. That first title, 16 episodes, no plot in sight, and I'm eating it up. Guys, I have an idea for a new story. Oh, fantastic. What's the plot about? The plot? That would be good to have, I guess, but screw it. We're not doing a plot this time. Okay. So if there isn't a plot, what's the show about? Well, I had all these scenes left over from other shows that didn't make the cut, so I just kind of strung them all together to create a show. It's about a large group of friends who are a bunch of idiots, but a lot of fun and cute boys who will fall in love. I guess people love cute boys falling in love, so that works for me. Yeah, sure. So since there isn't a plot, maybe we should keep it short and simple. I was thinking more like 16 episodes. That is a hilarious review. I'm so glad that was the first on the list. They aren't wrong. There's really no plot. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks so fun. Nice. Oh my gosh. Talking about their friendship in an interview with a magazine. How have you felt during the time you have been working together as partners? When, if we really count, it's been exactly 4 years. In terms of work, I feel that there are many things that both of us can still do and improve on. But in terms of our relationship, we've come a long way. We started at 0 and now we're at 90 plus. I never thought it'd be such an important relationship in my life. Pond says it's really great. It's a journey I'm very happy with. Now that I said it, I feel shy. I don't want to say too much, or people will accuse me of fan service. But I'm telling the truth because when we just started working together, the word friendship wasn't exactly right. But as we worked together more and more, there was a point when we decided we should try to do something that doesn't involve work. And that's when we became friends. Nice. 4 couples in it. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. But you know what? I'm sure it was, even though there might not have been much of a plot, I'm sure it was still very interesting. Clearly, by the ratings. Gwen says, our relationship is both like that of colleagues and friends, and I feel like both of these aspects developed a lot until Pond became a really important person in my life. What do you think made you guys so close? Pond, at first, we were very different. Not so different that we couldn't get along, but we had different lifestyles. We grew up differently. When we got to know each other more, we felt like we got to know each other's true selves and how we can fit together. It felt right. That's nice. I think another common point, this is Huin, is that we are getting older. We were growing up. We have more responsibilities, whether it's work, family, or other things, and there are a lot of similarities there. It makes us feel like we've found someone who is by our side through all this, and it's another thing that made us feel comfortable with each other. That is such a common through line of every single one of these BL pairings that I've seen is you're in the same line of work, you're working together, you're growing together, you're getting older together. It seems like it's just a common idea that all of them have that, it's nice to have someone go through all this stuff with you because they relate on every level. Like they understand agents and squabbles with agents and bad shooting days and long days and, being able to discuss the career because it's literally the same career. Like it's very interesting. Sometimes you think about, on the last stream, which most of you did not see, but if you want to check it out on the website or Twitch. I'll be making it available there later. Workplace romances are pretty big, especially nowadays when people don't really go out. We all stay indoors and, on the internet. So it's becoming more and more a place to meet your partner. So it just, honestly, it's someone you can confide in, you can share experience with, and they have firsthand knowledge of it. So it's very interesting. They have a specific shared life experience. Exactly. Like this is such, if we think about this from like a wide angle lens or a wide point of view, this is such an interesting, like, you're a public figure. You have to spend a lot of time meeting fans or being in front of fans. You're in a pairing relationship. Maybe it starts as a pairing and then it blossoms into a relationship. And it's all very public, usually. Very public. Not many people can say what that's like. Like they're, part of a very exclusive club. And everyone commenting on this obviously is trying to get a peek into it, right? But we don't really know. Like we're not in it. We're not in the day-to-day. We're not actually behind the camera during all this and, being pushed to do fan meets and all that stuff. Like obviously they enjoy it as well. But it can be a grind just like anything, even if you enjoy it, it can be a grind sometimes. So they absolutely relate to each other on pretty much every level. So it makes sense that it would work, right? I think it's so nice that they have a partner to do all this with, to share hardships and the brunt of the spotlight. Yes, that is a good way to put it. The brunt of the spotlight. Like that is something that most of us will never know what that's like. Like there's a spotlight, as I'm literally in a spotlight, which is ironic. There is a spotlight there's different levels to it, right? You have, the megastar that everybody knows about. that is world famous. And that is a whole different thing than someone with a tiny YouTube channel that some people watch and, you know, they enjoy themselves. It is such a large gap between that, you know, this is a whole industry where it's growing rapidly worldwide. It's like nationally, at a national level, it's huge. It's becoming more huge. So it's going to get more and more intense. And the fact that they have each other is pretty big. That's pretty big. You know, you have someone else you can confide in when things get crazy or tough or, you know, ugly sometimes. That's an interesting thing. Like having a relationship be the main part of your career. I mean, acting's involved, of course. Singing's involved, of course. But the act of you being in a pairing is like really highlighted here. And it's very interesting. Like I've never seen or heard of anything like this. So it's just, to me, it's so fascinating. Like, what is that like? Who knows? I don't know. But they can obviously confide in each other, which is very cool. Let's see. What have you guys learned from your characters? Pond said in the first 5 episodes, this is talking about Never Let Me Go, by the way. First 5 episodes, Palm had to bear something, but in the first episode, when he was at sea, a fisherman, he was like this the way he is in episode 6. When his father ordered him to come to Bangkok, he became a calm, silent man. While performing, I felt uncomfortable feelings I've never had before in real life. This character will be with me for a while. I returned home and became a person who rarely smiled, but lately I've been able to manage my feelings. Yeah, that's interesting because, you know, the more method of an actor you are, the more you kind of internalize that feeling. You know, you are the character. You're supposed to believe it, and that's the best way it comes across on film. So you better believe it. Otherwise, it just pulls us right out of it. Like, if you don't believe it, we're not going to believe it. For me, it affects a lot. This is Huin. My whole life, my mental system and emotions too. My previous characters didn't have an effect like this. But with this character, I saw clearly that I became more sensitive. Character Nguyen is sensitive and quite responsive to everything around him. For example, if someone does something, he will keep thinking to himself about it. I noticed that during the past months, I'm more sensitive. I'm a person who doesn't cry for anything, and I'm not sensitive to little things. After a month in this role, I suddenly cried while watching a movie, even though I had never done that before. It was a lot of impact because my personality has changed. I've become more sensitive. Very interesting. Kind of wild that it can have that level of effect. I saw one of the leading academics comment that K-pop's hold internationally might be shrinking as Thai BL and the general BL genre is growing rapidly. Interesting. Huh. I had to sit down when I read that. Interesting. K-pop's hold internationally might be shrinking as Thai BL is growing. Yeah, I guess, because Thai BL includes music. And, you know, a lot of the actors are singing. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Unrelated, but it was so emotional when the same-sex equality bill was passed in Thailand. And I saw these old couples getting married last week. Yeah, that just happened, didn't it? Slayer Kitty, people won't admit it, but K-pop is decreasing only because BTS isn't around. Properly watch it increase again when they come back. Maybe, yeah. Certainly, that's an option. I don't exactly know. I am not familiar enough to make that call or even have an opinion on it. But it does seem like Thai BL is becoming larger. But also, why can't there be enough space for everything, right? I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Next on the list is... We just watched this. Why am I looking at this? Next on the list, let's jump into it. A helpful guide to GeminiFourth, the power couple of GMM TV. So this is a nice little guide that should help tremendously. I've created this video as I imagine the struggles people go through trying to find information about a certain ship. As a fan since 2022 who hasn't missed anything, I knew I wanted to create this guide to help people. That's awesome. That's very cool. It was revealed that Gemini and Fourth indeed get to act together in another show for 2025-2026. It's cool. Let's go ahead and check this out. Get introduced. I think this is this is the first GeminiFourth video I've seen, if I'm not mistaken. It feels so weird to request anything other than Critical Role here, but here we go. Hey, I get it. I totally get it. But also, you know, whatever you're into, whatever, you know, you think would be interesting, want to show me, have me react to it, I'm totally open to it. All right. Ready to go? Let's go.
Hello and welcome to this hopefully helpful introduction to Gemini Norawit, Tita Chiron Rock, and Fourth Natawat Jirochtikul. I would say let's get right into it and get to know them better.
That
Gemini
was
Fourth's
impressive
journey as a
pronunciation
couple.
right there.
Both Gemini and Fourth started their GMM-TV carrier with the joining of the reality contest Thailand School Star back in 2019 at the age of 15, a contest to show their skills. And Fourth even ended up winning this competition. On the stage, you can also see Ford, Satang, Santa, and Earn that are currently all under GMM TV. Both of them met at that time due to the contest. So you can say Gemini and Fourth have known each other since about 2019. Since then, they have starred in different GMM TV shows as smaller characters such as in Bad Buddy and Fourth in F for Thailand. The ship GeminiFourth we know today was created quite later though, I would say. Many say originally Ford and Gemini were supposed to be paired up together. Fourth ended up choosing Gemini as his partner. But how did this ship get so famous? It all started with their debut in the show My School President, as the main leads directed by P.O. Disclaimer, Gemini and Fourth are also playing as a side ship in Moonlight Chicken. Both are shows that were
I can already see the age difference between some of the more recent stuff and this. Like, that is unbelievable how they've changed. Let me go ahead and make this a little bigger, because I don't think we have to deal with that many subtitles. Let's get a larger screen on this. There we go.
Introduced at GMM TV 2022. But I'm going to talk about
babies.
MSP since it was their breaking point of
They're
their
really
careers.
very popular.
Nobody
the most
really
popular
knew
pair in
Gemini and
GMM TV
Fourth
right
at the
now, I
time
think.
GMTV 2022 aired. They were small and unknown people of GMTV, so when the pilot trailer made to give a first look of the show, not the official one, came out, people weren't really impressed
Pilot
by it.
trailer.
The show
Okay.
seemed very basic, and since they were Nugu, the interest laid at zero. They started filming My School President in September of 2022 and finished it at the end of November. The cast includes Ford and Satang, known friends of GeminiFourth due to the competition, Mark, Winnie, Prom, Captain, and On. Fourth at the beginning of filming was 17 and Gemini 18. The rest of the cast are older and have more experience in acting. So everything was pretty unexpected, basing on the fact that Gemini and Fourth were new actors, and nobody had a clue of what they would be like. After they finished filming their show, GMM TV started to promote them more. They were attending the next GMM TV event, GMM TV 2023, where they were included in the show 23.5 as a side ship. Disclaimer, they were both later removed from this show due to storyline changes.
Oh, geez.
GMM TV seemed to have laid hopes on these two rookie actors since they've promoted them quite well. The airing of My School President. MSP replaced the Friday show The Eclipse and aired at the beginning of December. Even after the official trailer came out, people weren't super impressed. I remember myself that I was thinking, I'm going to watch this, but I don't have high hopes. After 3 episodes aired, everyone was flashed by their natural and unreal chemistry. Nobody, including myself, expected this show to be this good. The views started to rise, and so did the popularity. When the show finished, GeminiFourth had a strong fandom with only 18 years. Since then, they've been growing and are currently one of the most famous, if not the most famous ship in GMM-TV. Get to know Gemini.
I am so not surprised. Named after his zodiac sign. I was like, it's gotta be. Before seeing this, I'm like, Gemini. You can't be called Gemini if you're not a Gemini, right? Actor, singer, dancer, composer. Fan of Jeff Satter. Okay.
Education. Gemini studied at the international school Harrow. That resulted to him having amazing English skills.
Hello, international fans. I didn't have that much time to be able to write all the things and revise to go in the university that I wanted to go in.
After he finished his secondary education at Harrow, he started studying an international program Baski at Chulalongkorn University. If Gemini hadn't become an actor, he would have studied in the medical field. His dream was to become a doctor. Due to his parents, he ended up signing the GMM-TV contract, not really by his own will and dream.
ผมบอกผมไม่เอาผมไม่อยากทำแบบไม่เซ็นก็ได้
ทำไมอยู่ดีคิดอย่างนั้น
เพราะผมกลัวไงผมกลัวมากว่าแบบคือเราไม่รู้อะไรในวงการบันเทิงเลยผมไม่มั่นใจในตัวเองมาก
He's an only child and always felt pretty pressured by his family wishes of who he should be.
ๆด้วยความเป็นลูกคนเดียวเขามี expectation สูงมากๆในสิ่งที่เขาอยากให้เราเป็นใช่ไหมผมรู้สึกว่าผมอ่ะมีความกดดันโดนกดดันมาตั้งแต่เด็ก
Family. Gemini, just like many other GMM-TV actors, comes from a wealthy family. His mom, Mei Ning, is very well known and loved in the fandom. She cares a lot about her son and rarely missed important events. Gemini is an IVF baby because his mom struggled with getting kids and had miscarriages before.
ผสมเทียม
ใช่ครับ
Acting career.
Cameo in Bad Buddy.
Brand. Gemini owns his own brand called Divine.
Oh, okay.
Music carrier. His music career started way back in his school time. He's always loved to sing, and so he was in a band with his friends called Toxic, where they performed in front of smaller crowds. With the covers and original soundtracks from My School President, his music became known publicly. The soundtrack hook went extremely viral in Thailand and under all GMM-TV fans.
Looks like it. Kind of reminds me of that Bad Mother plot.
Currently, Gemini
Obviously
is under the
not
music
as
label
such a
Riser, where he's released a
serious.
lot of singles. Anything You Want. Too Close to Handle. Someone Like Me. He's able to reach high falsetto notes, and his voice is very soft yet powerful.
Got a good voice. Good as putting it. He's got a great voice. Really part-time singers.
Fun fact, he recently even helped composing an OST for the show Wandi Good Day. He also plays the guitar, piano, and drums. Gemini is as well an amazing dancer.
Wow, multi-talented. Knowing multiple instruments is impressive.
Ace. Gemini is known for his incredible talent of being good in pretty much everything. Not only music, but also in sports. His favorite sports are badminton and football. Gemini's personality. Gemini is known to be very chaotic and unserious. His laugh is one of his trademarks. He's always everywhere and also friends with a lot of people. You will always catch him dancing at after parties GMTV has each year. Although he might seem very open and extroverted due to his social and in general honest persona, Gemini is an introvert that likes his time being alone. Mindset. Gemini often shares that if you take things too seriously, it will not be good for yourself and you shouldn't be too strict to yourself. You should just
fuck it.
He's mentioned how he just wants to be himself and not someone people expect him to be like.
Solid
Many
advice.
people expect me to be something that I am not. Yeah, so I feel like just fuck it and be myself.
Gemini acts out his thoughts and feelings. He can control his emotions really well and tends to rarely get emotional around anyone.
It's good that he's breaking that generational
ถ้าจะคิดอะไรถ้าจะ
habit.
รู้สึกอะไรเขาจะแสดงออกมาอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
The only time we've ever seen him cry was at the concert MSP on stage.
ครับได้เห็นน้ำตาผมคือตอนที่คอนเสิร์ตรอบแรกครับ
ครับ
ใช่
ที่อยู่เล่นมอล
ที่อยู่เล่นมอ
He's very empathetic and knows how to comfort others around him and gives them energy. He lets people around him feel safe and is very respectful. Love language. Gemini is a very clingy person. Especially with other GMMTV artists, he loves to hug, kiss, and cuddle them. Some of his closer friends are Prom, Perth, PondPhuwin, PondPhuwin, and OFC4th. Some facts.
What the fuck?
Hates vegetables.
Get to know Fourth. Education. Fourth graduated from St. Gabriel's College, an all-boys school, by taking the grade 12 equivalency test. He's currently studying law at Chulalongkorn University, just like Gemini. Both are under the same university. Family. Fourth grew up with his mom, PondPhuwin, his dad, and his little sister, Front. PondPhuwin is also well-known and loved in the fandom as well friends with Gemini's mom. Fourth is very close to his family and loves them more than anyone else. He was nicknamed Fourth as he was born on King Ramas IV's 200th birthday. There's another sad reason why he is called Fourth, though. He has mentioned not long ago that he's a rainbow baby, meaning Fourth was his mom's 4th pregnancy, but her first child.
บอกว่าเป็นลูกคนที่สี่ครับเพราะว่าไม่ได้เป็นลูกแบบว่ามีพี่น้อง3คนแล้วก็เป็นลูกที่สี่แต่ว่าเหมือนแม่ท้องเป็นลูกคนที่สี่มั้ง
That's why the name Fourth was chosen as well. Both Gemini and Fourth are miracle children. Acting career.
Cameo and Bad Buddy.
Brand. Fourth has his own clothing brand as well, called Numone. Fun fact, Gem and Fourth's brands have recently collaborated and have brought out merch together.
Nice.
Music carrier. Different than Gemini, Fourth wasn't familiar with singing. He had no confidence and needed to practice a lot. Gemini helped him to not lose any more confidence and leveled up his skills.
คนที่ร้องเพลงเก่งอะไรก็ต้องไปฝึกร้องเพลงเพื่อซีรีส์เรื่องนี้ครับ
คือเขาร้องเพลงเป็นคนที่ร้องเพลงโอเคอยู่แล้วแต่ตอนแรกเขาไม่มั่นใจเท่าไหร่ผมก็มีไปร้องกับเขาบ้างครับตอนที่เรียนร้องเพลงตอนที่ซ้อมกันอย่างเงี้ยผมก็จะคอยร้องกับเขาอยู่ตลอด
Just like Gemini, his singing got publicity when my school president started. It's safe to say that Fourth is an amazing singer with a very unique voice.
สักคนหนึ่งรอใครสักคนที่จะมาช่วยแบ่งดีร้ายใช่ไหมถึงวันยังไว้ไม่ได้เลยมาช่วยกันได้ดีหมดใจเลยที่ฟ้าให้พอว้าวุ่นเลยหายจะทำยังไงได้ใครรู้ช่วยที
Throughout the years, he has gained a lot of confidence and now sings in front of thousands of
My
people.
school president's the closest we have to a
He even
BL
performed at the
musical.
Filipino Festival, a cultural event
Hey, that's
held
got
in
to be
Manila
a
alongside a
genre
number of
eventually,
beauty
right?
pageants. He's also under the music label Riser and has released his own singles.
Fourth carried it.
Candidate.
It's only a matter of time for there's like a BL high school musical.
He can as well play the guitar. Since a lot of songs from my school president include a choreography, he also needed to dance, which made him worried. I have no rhythm. I am not confident in dancing. were words coming out of his mouth.
สำหรับผมการเต้นเนี่ยยากสุดเพราะ
So
ว่าผม
Fourth
เป็น
just
คนที่แบบ
needed
จัง
practice
หวะ
and
ไม่ค่อยได้เท่าไหร่
confidence,
ตอน
basically.
เต้นอะไรอย่างเงี้ยผมไม่ค่อยมั่นใจเรื่องเต้น
He was never
Understandable.
bad to begin with, but his improvements are impressive. Fourth's football skills can't be missing here. He's a very good player and has scored many goals in the last games he's played. At GMMTV Star Olympics, he carried the whole team.
Oh, wow. Good
Fourth's
shot.
personality.
Dang.
Fourth has become quite energetic over the years. You could say that he's matched Gemini's energy. Recently, Gemini has been saying he's slowly becoming Adam, character in My Love mix-up who's very hyper himself. He can also be tired pretty quickly, not to forget to mention that. He's a very clumsy and cute person, often stumbling against things. He likes to sulk
be
about
fair,
things and
I
just
mean,
acts
that was
very
a
sweet commonly.
slicked surface he was
Fourth
trying
is
to
a
run
super
across.
hardworking person
That's the
that
whole
is
point of
very
the
hard on
game.
himself. If there's something he thinks he's not good in, he'll practice it until he has no energy left. He does it all to satisfy his fans and show his best sides. Sometimes he's too hard on himself and underestimating himself. He takes words seriously and thinks a lot about what people say. He says it himself that he thinks too much. He's an overthinker with low confidence, leading to him being quite fragile. His feelings get hurt easily as his emotions aren't well controlled. He wished he'd had Gem's ability of controlling them well.
All of that is
คิด
pretty
อะไร
relatable,
รู้สึกอะไรก็
honestly.
เก็บไว้อะไรเงี้ยแต่ว่าเขาก็จะเป็นคนแสดงออกครับซึ่งเป็นข้อดีมากๆที่ผมต้อง
Sometimes
เรีย
it's
นรู้
really
ว่า
hard not to
ทำยังไง
internalize
ให้
and
แบบว่า
be
กล้าแสดงออก
critical,
ให้
hypercritical of
เข้าจริง
yourself.
Often he broke down on stage and in interviews due to the amount of stress and hardships he has faced. Later to those. Gemini on
This goes back to that brunt of the spotlight that we were talking about earlier. It can be a lot for people to handle. Like, there's nothing to prepare you for any of this. Being famous, having people really want to know about your life, etc. Like, nothing can prepare you for that. It's just one of those things you have to learn to deal with it. And some people are really good at it, and some people it takes time to open up and enjoy the fact that people like knowing about you.
On the other hand, as the complete opposite of him in this topic, always supports him in these moments. He knows exactly how Fourth thinks and can immediately show his support through little actions. Love language and friendships. Fourth loves to tease people. He's the biggest tease. His best friends are Satong, Mark, Phuwin, and of course Gemini. Friends are really important for Fourth. He gets emotional quickly talking about them, and has mentioned how he's scared of losing his older friends.
ผมกลัวมากกว่ากลัวเพื่อนจะคิดอย่างนั้นลืมผมไม่มีใครลืมหรอกเพื่อนใช่ครับก็รู้สึกขอบคุณมากๆครับ
Everyone loves and adores Fourth. You could say he's a treasure of other GMMTV artists. His cute being made everyone fall for him. He's a big gentleman around everyone and always supports other artists. Fun facts.
You didn't sneak that by me. So Gemini hates vegetables, and Fourth loves vegetables so much.
And of course, I can't leave out some interesting facts
Which is
about
always
their
a
journey
good thing,
as a ship.
because, you know, if
The
you get
fandom is
vegetables
called
on your plate,
Kunu, but Gemini and
somebody's there
Fourth
to
often
get
call
rid of
us
'em.
fans mommies. They have their little mascot named Look Kunu. They use pink and gray as their couple colors. Emoji-wise, a sunflower and toothbrush are used. Most important, their acting skills that are truly amazing. Their series as Gun and Tin in My School President, a story of the student and school president Tin secretly crushing on Gun, the music club leader. To get close to him, he helps the club to not get cut off. The two of them eventually get closer. It's a beautiful love story and the drama is truly amazing. I would always recommend it to anyone. Heart and Leeming in Moonlight Chicken. A story of a deaf boy that isn't able to leave his home due to his parents' rules, and Leeming that struggles with his own life due to poverty and other issues. They both end up meeting through an accident, and their emotional love story begins. Kongthap and Adam and My Love mix up as two opposite attracts that end up together due to a complete mix-up and misunderstandings. It's a sweet story with friendships and comedy. Dynamics. Gemini and Fourth are super close. Best friends or however you want to label them.
เพราะว่าเราอะแทบไม่ค่อยคุยกันในไลน์ว่าทุกครั้งที่เรามาเจอในงานเนี่ยมันคลิกกันมันมี chemistry บางอย่างที่มันซิงกันได้แบบที่มองตาก็รู้ใจซึ่งมันเป็นอะไรที่มันเป็นกับคนอื่นไม่ได้ซึ่งมันก็ผมรู้สึกมัน magic โฟร์ก็คู่ควรกับผมก็คู่ควรกับโฟร์
สำคัญมากครับถ้าไม่มีเจมินายผมพูดได้เลยว่าไม่มีโฟนแน่นอนครับ
ถ้ากูขอพาร์ทเนอร์คนอื่นได้กูก็คงจะไม่ขอหรอกกูจะขอมึงคนเดียว
They also work perfectly together in singing or dancing.
All right, Harmony.
Fourth is, as mentioned earlier, a very teasing person. He'll never try to stop annoying Gemini with his kisses.
Gemini.
At every chance he tries to get close to him. Gemini usually dodges his kisses, but in secret, we know he enjoys it. These things never happen on camera unless it's a BTS video. That's why we often call them gatekeepers. They would not share a video of them together until someone else does. They both do not want to serve fan service. All they do is genuinely themselves. They are two super playful kids, is what everyone says.
Don't most people deny fan service, though? Like, it would take a very interesting pairing to be like, no, we just do fan service. That's all we do.
Talking about the playfulness,
we're just here for the paycheck.
Also won't stop fighting.
That would be an interesting thing. I think I remember hearing about a pairing that said that,
quite
maybe?
nice and sweet that I've said.
But it would be
the whole journey hasn't
interesting
been
to
so
hear it
easy
from like
and nice. Becoming more
a
famous
pairing that a
means
lot of
more
people were like,
know
oh,
and will dislike
well, they're amazing
This
together.
year has been tough for both Gemini and Fourth.
Just
Fourth
blow
had
people's
to face
minds.
the biggest controversy on
Like,
the 1st of
what?
April 2024 when he posted, "I'm dating Gemini" as an April joke. Many people mistook this as something where he made fun of actual queer people since it happened to be on April Fool's Day. He quickly apologized and mentioned he never intended to hurt people's feelings.
Oh my, come on now. Come on now. That was not intending to make fun of people. Clearly that was poking fun at the fact that they're not, and he's trying to make a joke out of it. Like, clearly that was meant for them. They do fan service really obviously, like they look at the camera like they're in the office every time they do something fan servicey. That's funny. That's kind of funny. I like that. I like that.
ไม่ได้อยู่อะไรเงี้ยเราบอกว่าเหมือนจะเล่นกันให้แบบว่าไม่ได้คบกันให้แฟนคลับเขาบอกว่า
Yeah, it was to entertain the fans and poke fun at it.
ว่าไม่ให้เกียรติ LGBTQ ซึ่งผมรู้สึกเสียใจมากเพราะว่าผมเป็นคนที่สนับสนุนความรักครับไม่ว่าจะรูปแบบไหนครับมันเป็น
If that was your reaction, you need to take a step back. You need to go touch some grass.
สิ่งที่สวยงามเสมอครับแค่รู้สึกเสียใจมากตรงที่เขาบอกว่าผมไม่ได้ให้เกียรติเขาไม่ได้มีความเคารพต่อ LGBTQ อะไรเงี้ยแล้วผมก็นั่นแหละเป็นบทเรียนที่สำคัญมากเลยว่าผมจะทำอะไรผมจะคิดอะไรก็ต้อง
Fourth and Gemini have both always spoken out their support to the LGBTQA+ community. They've never once have making fun nor disrespected the queer community, so these allegations came completely out of the blue. Fourth never deleted his "I'm dating Gemini" tweet and continued to post supportive tweets. Success. Gemini and Fourth have been...
It was blown so out of proportion, but everything is with them. They got a lot of unnecessary hate. Yeah, I mean, that just on face value was completely blown out of proportion.
Have been insanely successful for their age at the short time they've been in the industry. Here are some of their awards they've already won in their young years. Through their success, they've been also able to meet up with a lot of other famous people, such as Kendall Jenner,
I'm Gemini. I'm from Thailand.
Gemini?
Yeah.
That's your name. That's a
That's
beautiful
my
name.
name. I'm born in Gemini, so.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Stray Kids, Minnie, Jamie Miller, and more. Recently, the ex-Treasure member Mashiho even has mentioned how he likes the song Someone Like Me from Gemini. In 2022, 2023, and 2024, they have gotten their own concerts, including many collaborations with other famous people. They are both performers and able to serve the biggest energy together on stage. My Love Mix-Up trended #1 every episode and reached 1 million plus tweets each episode as well. Through their success, GeminiFourth are always booked and busy. There's not one week where you can't see them anywhere. They will be at events, advertising, or even traveling to another country. They might
In
also
one way,
alongside
that's really
film
cool.
shows or have workshops.
In one way, that's really cool because they're busy, they're getting work, all that good stuff, they're getting paid. But in another way, it's like, oh gosh, every week, like
Since
I
they
gotta
are
take a
hardworking,
break.
it is super tiring, and they've
That's a
often
lot of
mentioned how they
travel.
didn't get sleep due to their schedules. They will continue to have work
They just
together
did a
and
show in
support
Manila a
another
couple days
whenever they
ago.
need
Nice.
it. Nothing can come between them. Upcoming works. So far, we only know that Fourth will be playing part in the series Scarlet Heart and Gemini in the Dark Dice for 2025. Another couple show hasn't been announced yet. We aren't sure if they will have another show together for 2025 due to separated work and concerts. We will see when GMM-TV 2025 airs, which should come soon. Content. If you want to watch more
Coming to
GeminiFourth
3 shows in the
content and want
States.
to get to know them
Wow.
better, I've linked fun videos in the caption below that should be giving you more
It's
insights.
huge.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you now know more about GemFourth and can join our fandom.
โอเคไปก่อนแล้วนะฮะเจอกันใหม่ไลฟ์หน้าบ๊ายบาย
Hello.
Let me go ahead and throw a like on that. Excellent video. I appreciate the guide helping us get a little bit more information on GeminiFourth. Link down below in the YouTube description when this gets posted to YouTube. For the original video, go throw it some love. And also check out their channel. They might have other stuff that you enjoy as well. Or you might enjoy. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on GeminiFourth. We're not going to do too much because we literally have another video to do. And we'll just do it all after that. Which makes sense to me. But we'll do a little bit. Why not? Gemini, Thai actor under GMM-TV, singer under Riser, known for his performance in the reality TV show Thailand School Star, has won Breakthrough Actor Award in GQ Men of the Year in 2023. Look at that. Named after his zodiac sign, of course. Currently pursuing an international program, Bachelor of Arts and Science, Integrated Innovation. Made a cameo appearance as a high school junior in Bad Buddy. Speaking of which, I reacted to Bad Buddy. If you'd like to check it out, head on over to toddreacts.com. You can do so. In June 2023, Gemini and Fourth participated in the group concert Love Out Loud Fan Fest 2023. Loveolution, great name, alongside other GMM-TV artists. In August, they headlined their first concert together, GeminiFourth My Turn concert. Due to the overwhelming interest in concert tickets, a second date was added, making the event 2 days. I requested the trailer for their new couple show next month, so you'll see it. Nice. Awesome. In November 2024, at the GMM-TV 2025 Riding the Wave press conference, it was announced that GeminiFourth would star in the lead roles for the upcoming series Ticket to Heaven. Featuring an original script, the series will portray a young man in a Catholic seminary who explores his internal conflict between his sexuality, faith, and religion. Ooh, spicy. Spicy. That'll be interesting. He's ventured into entrepreneurship with his own clothing brand named Divine, as we heard. He also did a Also did a collab with Fourth's line, which is cool. Speaking of Fourth, also a singer under Riser Music as well. Known for his lead role in, of course, My School President. Currently studying law. Let's see. A lot of this is kind of copy pasted from Gemini's. On October 24th, 2023, he performed at the Filipino Festival, a cultural event held in Manila, alongside a number of beauty pageants. January 2025 was announced that Fourth would star alongside Yorch Yongson in the upcoming horror film. Nice. Obviously, the Ticket to Heaven thing again. Very cool. I didn't want to mention the plot because it'll get us ranting. That will be interesting. That's for sure. Gemini profile and facts. We'll just kind of quickly run through this. Some of these we've found haven't been totally accurate, but we still give you something to comment down below in YouTube if it's incorrect. Favorite color is red. Allergic to dogs. Let's see. Plays guitar, piano, and drums. That was in the video. Favorite subject in high school was biology. Biology was cool. The dissections were fascinating. We did multiple dissections. The first one was a worm, an earthworm. Not exactly fascinating. And then the second one was, oh gosh, what was the second one? Second one was, I forget the animal. It was like it was a mammal, I think. No. What was it? Oh, I can't remember. But I know the third one for a fact. The last one we did was a shark. Tiny shark. Wasn't a baby shark, but it was a tiny shark. I can't remember the name of it, but it was... Boy, you want to talk about a tough smell? The amount of formaldehyde. Oh. You always knew it was dissection day or whatever when you could smell the classroom all the way down the hallway. And as you got closer, it just got more and more pungent. And you're just like, oh, I don't even want to go down there. Oh, gosh. I did a brain for psychology. Ooh, that is interesting. Dissecting a brain. That's something. I guess that's what happens when you donate your body for science. End up as a dissection. I'm a psych graduate, just for context. That makes a lot of sense. I was like, we didn't do that in Psych 101, which I took. Psych 101, the introductory to psych. We watched a bunch of Simpsons clips, which ironically have a lot of interesting connections to psychology. Or at least the professor made it seem that way. Let's see. Fourth facts. Favorite color is blue. Vegetables are his favorite food. Doesn't like most animals. That sounds so out of context. It's unbelievable. Dogs, cats, and more scare him. Interesting. Favorite subject in high school was mathematics. I can honestly say, not my favorite. Not my favorite. I did not do well in math. Then again, I didn't really try, which I guess if I tried, I would have done better. Heard that a couple times. But I just didn't want to. I just did not want to. All right, let's jump into the last video of the day. It is GeminiFourth flirting for 18 minutes gay. Always laugh at those titles. MLMU behind the scenes. Go ahead and pull that up. I love how the title is flirting, and then the thumbnail says being fruity for 18 minutes. I'm dead. That's very funny. Behind the scenes is so fun. I don't know if I need. I'm not sure if I need closed captioning for this. I'm gonna assume I do. Maybe. I don't think you do. All right, let me like preview it here real quick. All right, we do have some text, so I'll leave it like this because you do need to read it. It's the whole point of it, I guess. Let's do that. They're insane behind the scenes. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go.
รู้สึกยังไงกับทรงผมใหม่ของคุณครับทรงผมใหม่ของผมนะครับรู้สึกดีครับเพราะว่ารู้สึกว่าได้กลับไปเป็นวัยมัธยมรอบนึงตอนที่เข้ามาใหม่ๆทรงนี้เลยเป็นไงบ้างแต่ว่าผมว่ามันก็คล้ายๆเดิมนะคุณแบบว่าตัดผมแล้วก็หล่อเหมือนเดิมไงแต่ว่าหล่อกว่าเดิมด้วยซ้ำไงอันนี้แบบผมเสยครับพอจะเสยใจคุณนะจะจุกใจไหมจริงไปเดิน Gemini
สองคนมองหน้ากันย้ายไปเล่นถึงตรงนี้ก่อนนะคะโคตรตกตาค่ะ
เขินมากเลยอ่ะตัวเองเขินมากเลยถ้าต่อสู้เต้าพรุ่งนี้เอาเจ้าได้หรือไม่ได้เอาเจ้าแต่เอาเจ้าต้องจุกหน้าก่อน
Pants ripped. Oh my gosh. Wardrobe.
อันนี้ไม่ได้ฉลาดเท่าติ่งโซเดียมเรเดียมโพแทสเซียมแปลว่าน้ำเร็วคนบวชตั้งใจงานเร็วคนบวชไม่ได้ไปรับมือได้กันค่ะเร็วเฮ้ยแล้วก็คนนี้ก็
From learning lines to wrestling.
ฟังดูเรื่องได้ไงทนายได้มาใกล้ขนาดนี้เล่นหน่อยเอ
He's got his back. He does have control. That took about 2 seconds.
เวลาที่ผมจะไปโดดหออีก1 รอบแต่ว่ารอบนี้ไม่ได้โดดด้วยความกลัวโดดด้วยความกล้าหาญที่จะไปช่วยกองทัพเนี่ยโดนงูกัดแล้วก็จะไปช่วยเขาเราทุ่มเทในความรักขนาดไหนแม่กองทัพอยู่ไหนตอนนี้กองทัพนอนไม่เป็นไรเพราะว่าเรารักกองทัพเราเลยทำทุกอย่างเพื่อเธอ
1 2 3มาอีกทีนึงโต๊ะประมาณนี้
งเป็นไงซีนนี้แบบเล่าให้ฟังหน่อย Gemini and it's a scene surprise for me today yeah today we เห็นไฟแล้วเขาบอกว่าเห็นไฟน่าจะเป็นโชคดีพัมเราก็เลยขอโฟนเป็นแฟนไม่ใช่เราก็เลยขออะตอมเป็นแฟนขอลองคบดูให้มันรู้ว่ารู้สึกยังไงพัม
Yeah, that's becoming very obvious.
ว้ายโอเคเราแพ้แล้วเราคบมา3 ปีเหมือนกันแล้วจริงๆผมว่าให้วิชาเนี่ยครับแล้วจริงๆผมได้หลายเวลาเพราะงี้แล้วผมคิดกับบัคนี่ก็เป็นการแต่นี้มี500กับเนี่ยได้
นายกินก่อนนั่นทำเหมือนตุ่นกับตันทำไงดีอ่ะนายกินก่อนนั่นแหละกินก่อนเล่นเขินนะเธอมาจีบแล้วก็โพสเขาเป็นอะไรเขาก็โพสแต่ชอบเจมินายมานานแล้วทีนี้เจมินายจีบกลับก็เลยเขินหรอปะครับผมก็ได้ครับสีชมพูชมพูก็เอาไว้ก่อนนะแล้วเราก็เอาสีชมพูนี่สีเดียวตัดกันปะเนี่ยแต่ตรงกันปะเนี่ยผมสีชมพูแต่ตรงกันปะเนี่ย
It's amazing they get any filming done.
เสียงของโค้ดนี่ถือว่าเป็นคนเสียงสูงมากเพราะว่าเมื่อกี้เขาฮิตโน้ตตัวอะไรไม่รู้โดยใช้เสียงเต็มสงสัยจะเป็นเพราะว่าร้องเพลงแคนดิเดตเยอะนี่หลังเนี่ยหรือว่ามันจะมีคนที่ชอบหรือเปล่า
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny that they all have chipmunk voice because it's sped up a little bit.
เขาอย่ามากดโค้ดได้ไหมเดี๋ยวเพื่อนรู้หมดอ่ะสนุกนะผมว่าเป็นฉากที่น่ารักนะเจมินายน่ารักหรือเปล่าเจมินายน่ารักหรือเปล่าน่ารักที่สุดแหละเราชอบ
His voice is a little high pitched. Honestly, all your voices are right now. Stay in your character.
เชฟครับวันนี้ทำอะไรครับเขาบอกว่าเวลาจะทำขนมให้ใครเนี่ยให้นึกถึงหน้าคนทำไว้อันนี้คือนึกถึงใครอยู่
Oh.
นึกถึง
It's good advice.
ซีนเมื่อกี้เป็นซีนผมขอโฟสเป็นแฟนเฮ้ยผมขอไม่ใช่ผมขออะตอมเป็นแฟน
คือข้าวปั้นหันไปมองแล้วพี่เจมส์โฟร์ก็นั่งตัวเก่งเลยนะแอคชั่นมานี่น้องไปก่อน
คุณไปทำอะไรมาทำไมถึงมีไปต่อยคนมาเอาจริงๆไปโดนอะไรมาก็บอกไปต่อยคนมาไปต่อยมวยมาต่อยมวยก็ต่อยคนไม่ต่อยกระสอบอย่างเงี้ยหรอไม่ต่อยคนจริงๆต่อยคนเลยอ่ะต่อยคนอ่ะคนนั้นคือใครคนนั้นก็คือคนอ่ะใครอ่ะคนมันจะรู้ไหมว่าจะต่อยเหรอช่วยผมด้วย
สวัสดีครับผมตอนนี้เป็นเวลากี่โมงไม่รู้แต่ว่าเป็นชื่อไรนะครับผมจะเห็นว่ามันเป็นสนามฟุตบอลนะครับผมซึ่งผมบอกมันก็ไม่รู้นะครับทุกคนก็
They were about 2 seconds away from wrestling.
ก็ซีนแรก
Right
เป็น
there.
ที่กองทัพกับอะตอมนะครับกำลังจะจูบกันในจินตนาการนะครับไปดูกันว่าจะจูบกันหรือเปล่านะครับโอเคที่จูบผ่านทิชชู่ไป
I just saw that little tissue paper
เก็บ
thing.
ความรู้สึกมานานแล้วอ่ะกูชอบมันคือหล่อมากแล้วทำไมไม่บอกกูตั้งนานแล้วเราคิดว่าอะไรในตัวเราที่แบบทำให้พ้นหลงทุกอย่างใครไม่หลงพี่แปลกคิดว่าอะไรที่ทำให้เขาหลงเสน่ห์เราไม่ชอบมาจูบผมเพราะอะไรทำไมถึงเป็นจะมาจูบเราเขาคงคิดว่าผมปากแข็งเขาอยากที่สุดสรุปคือเหนื่อยวิ่งเหนื่อยเล่นกับมันเพื่อแล้วผมเต็มใจครับเต็มใจมากๆเลยไม่เต็มใจครับผมพูดเล่น
Is he trying to body slam? What was that hug?
เขาเรียกว่ามันหลอกให้รักไหมไม่ได้หลอกวันนี้ไม่ได้ติดหัว
gosh, you want to talk about an awkward bit of time here. It's like,
เป็นไงบ้างซีนเมื่อกี้ชอบไหม
are we good? Do we have the shot?
ชอบนวดคออ๋อคอแข็งคอแข็งชอบคอแข็งปากแข็งใช่เฉยๆนะที่นี่ทำไมไม่รู้สึกอะไรเลยเพราะว่ามันแบบว่าคนผมไม่ได้ชอบคุณก็เลยไม่รู้สึกอะไรจริงเหรอเราเป็นเพื่อนกันใช่ไหมเราจะไม่รู้สึกเนาะนะแล้วเจมินายรู้สึกไงบ้างผมเหรอครับผมรู้สึกดีมากผมชอบมากเลยการจูบครั้งนี้ผมรู้สึกว่าเป็นการจูบที่ดีที่สุดในชีวิตเพราะว่าคุณเนี่ยคือแบบซ้ำไหมคนซ้ำไหมซ้ำเลย10 รอบถ้าสมมติว่าจูบที่ดีที่สุดซ้ำไหมซ้ำอีกรอบตรงนี้เลยเหรอใช่ตรงนี้เลยตรงนี้ผมได้อะไรผมได้อะไรก็ได้จูบสำหรับใครนะครับที่อยากดูพวกผมจูบกันนะครับก็ไม่ต้องดูค่ะไปดูได้ครับหรือว่าขอมาได้นะครับเดี๋ยวผมไม่ต้องขอเดี๋ยวผมจัดให้นะเมื่อกี้รู้สึกไงบ้างครับคุณกองทัพคุณรู้สึกยังไงล่ะผมมองคุณขนาดนั้นแหละนะก็เมื่อกี้ก็เป็นซีนเขาเรียกว่าอะไรโรแมนติกซีนหนึ่งซีนโรแมนติกเป็นซีนที่เป็นวันเกิดผมแล้วก็เขามาเซอร์ไพรส์แล้วเขาก็มาเล่าเรื่องอะไรของเขาแต่ว่าได้เปิดเผยความรู้สึกที่นี่ยอดมากวันนี้นะครับผมรู้สึกว่าโค้ชติดผิดที่ผมปกตินะครับผมอยู่วันบอกเขาไปว่าอยากได้อะไรบอกไปเอาดีๆไม่จริงหรอกไงบ้างแฟนอะไรนะยังไงบ้างแฟนใครแฟนคุณแฟนผมไงหรอเอ้าก็เป็นในเรื่องมันเป็นแฟนกันไม่ได้แฟนในชีวิตจริงหรือว่าคุณจะเป็นแฟนชีวิตจริงกับผมอ่ะ
Entrapment.
อย่าทำตัวน่ารัก
Entrapment. The office stare. Speaking of the office stare.
จบกองทัพได้เราได้ทิ้งเขาอยู่กรุงเทพคนเดียวตามลำพังแล้วไม่รู้จะได้กลับมาเจอกันอีกเมื่อไหร่คุณเคยนั่งไหมครับนั่งอะไรนั่งในใจผมเคยบ่อยนะเนี่ยล่ะมาอีกทีนึง
Unhinged is a very good way to put it. It's just chaotic at all times here. Tickled me how Fourth was actually Gemini's first. Honestly, that's pretty amazing. It reminds me of Mila Kunis saying Ashton Kutcher was her first kiss during that 70s show. Then they had a kid together, or multiple kids. I don't know. That's wild.
คุณเอาสีเหลืองผมเอาสีชมพูเดี๋ยวเหลืองไหนเหลืองนี้ข้างๆเลยเหลืองชมพูข้างกัน1 2 3ไปโอ้คุณเสียวเลยแม่นเกิน
Honestly, the amount of chaos that's going on in this is unbelievable. They must have a lot of footage of just takes. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they're just, they do it perfectly, and in between the perfect is just pure chaos.
โดนไล่ออกจากวงก็เลยมาสมัครโรงเรียนนี้แทนครับแล้วก็เลยได้มาเปลี่ยนตัวเองที่จริงอ่ะไม่ได้เป็นแบบว่าคาแรคเตอร์นี้อยู่แล้วก็คือต้องเปลี่ยนตัวเองให้เป็นคนน่ารักให้เป็นคนแบบว่าโป๊ะเพื่อที่จะมาจีบกองทัพเราแผนซ้อนแผนเราเป็นกันที่จริงเป็นกันอยู่มันเป็นคนละยูนิเวอร์สอันนี้คือวงชินชิล่าใช่วงชินชิล่าคือวงอะไรครับวงที่กันหนีออกมาแล้วเปลี่ยนตัวเองเปลี่ยนชื่อตัวเอง
Worth making up stories.
ส่วนผมเนี่ยก็ยังเป็นกองทัพอยู่ผมเนี่ยอยู่ของผมดีๆแต่ว่ากันเนี่ยทิ้งตินออกมาเพื่อมาจีบผมใช่ไหมคุณทิ้งตินลงได้ยังไงผมรู้ไหมตินเป็นคนดีขนาดไหนทิ้งถังขยะมาเมื่อกี้ใช่ทิ้ง in the trash can นี่เป็นทินเลยใช่ที่หนึ่งที่ผมว่าที่หนึ่งตินกันวะที่หนึ่งไม่ได้คิดว่ากองทัพจะรอดไหม
This is the characters from High School President.
ตายทหารเดียวตัวแรก ซีนอะไรไม่รู้เอ้าหยอกเล่นเขินเฉยซีนต่อไปเขินหรอว้ายทางละเขินมากเลยต้องจูบเจมายด้วยเขินอะ
Maybe he's you know
ใครจูบออกมาเบาๆยิงในการก่อนจะมองไปดูผู้เนาะ
I'm picturing being in their position and just having, okay, now slowly pull away. Yeah. And then when you do that, smile, smirk just a little bit. No, too much. No teeth. I don't know how you don't laugh at that.
มา2 คนออกก่อนขอถ่ายเป็นเปล่าลูก
เป็นไงเขินเนาะนิ่งเลยเจมายนิ่งเลย
ฝากอีกอันนะจ๊ะ
เมื่อกี้เป็นซีนเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะซีนสุดท้ายของ EP11 นะเป็นซีนที่กองทัพเนี่ยทำอะไรพวกเราเพิ่งจูบกันไปข้างบนท่ามกลางลุอันมีสี
Very similar to Bad Buddy, the rooftop kiss.
ด้วยนะครับรับรองว่าสนุก
I could not do this either.
EP11 เนี่ยได้จูบแล้ว EP12 อาจจะมีอีกก็ได้เลย
Oh. Down for the count.
โอเคทุกคนห่างที่2เลย
ยิ่งดีใจนะที่ได้เล่นซีนนี้เพราะว่าเป็นซีนที่แบบว่าเหมือนเป็นตัวแทนของคนที่มีความรักอาจจะแบบว่าคนอื่นมองว่าเป็นเรื่องปกติอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Got the director tearing up.
สารภาพกับพ่อแม่ตัวเองอะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็รู้สึกว่าเป็นโมเมนต์ที่ดีครับที่แบบว่า
ก็จะคอยแนะนำกันตลอดแล้วก็เขาทำให้เราไม่เก่งเลยเวลาเข้าซีนด้วยแล้วก็รู้สึกสบายใจที่เล่นกับเขาเพราะเป็นไงบ้างครับซีนเมื่อกี้แบบว่าซีนเมื่อกี้นะคะมันไม่ได้แล้วเพราะว่า
Rooftops are a BL thing, definitely. Seems like it.
กีดกันนะครับผมก็ไปขอคุณแม่ตรงๆเลยนะรู้ว่าคนนี้นะครับอาจจะไม่ดีพออาจจะไม่ได้เป็นผู้นำแต่ว่าอยากที่จะคบกับลูกชายของแม่นะครับก็มีความจริงใจต่อลูกชายแม่นะครับก็ไปขอตรงๆเลยครับแล้วก็ไม่เก่งอย่างเป็นอย่างเมื่อกี้อะไรเงี้ยก็ดีนะก็ได้เล่นอะไรแบบนี้
I get it, you know? The visual impact is you're proclaiming your love
ก็หมายถึง
on
ว่ามัน
top
ถูก
of
แหละว่า
it,
ต้องเล่นยังไงแต่ว่า
above
คาแรคเตอร์มัน
everything
ไม่ใช่
else.
อะไรเงี้ยก็
So
เลย
it's
จะ
almost
ยาก
like
ตรง
on
ที่
the
ต้องเป็นคาแรคเตอร์
mountaintop,
ไปด้วยอะไร
you're
เงี้ยแล้วก็
screaming
ต้อง
it.
ไปเล่นเป็นแบบว่าสถานการณ์นั้นด้วยอะไรเงี้ยครับ
That's my
ไม่ใช่ตัวเอง
take on it,
ไปอยู่ใน
at
อันนั้น
least.
อะไรเงี้ยก็ยากแต่ว่าก็ไปดูดีกว่าว่าผมจะเล่นเป็นยังไงครับก็ฝากดูด้วยนะครับผม
อะไรยังไม่ตายไม่ทำอะไรให้หัวใจกันเหรอให้หัวใจกัน
Finger hearts turning into a wrestling match. Classic. I said take it.
แล้วนะครับเป็นไงครับโค้ชรู้สึกเป็นไงครับรู้สึกว่าเจมินายเป็นคนตัด
เพราะว่า
เจมินายตัด
เรายอมรับไหม
จะแน่นอนอยู่แล้ว
แล้วเมื่อกี้เป็นไงฉากสำคัญได้จูบกัน
เกิดไหมโค้ชไม่เคยนะ
เมื่อกี้อะตอมกับกองทัพจูบกันหรือว่าโค้ชกับเจมส์จูบกัน
มีแบบว่าคนเล็กๆเพราะว่าเราใช้หน้าที่การงานเป็นประโยชน์
Why are you gay
มันรู้ว่าคุณเป็นผู้ชายคนแรกที่จูบ
Oh my gosh. That meme is just... I was not expecting that to be in here.
ติดตามครับนิ่งมาก
That meme interview is just incredible.
คือฤดูที่เรามาถ่ายมันคือมันหน้าร้อนมันกำลังเข้าหน้าร้อนมันกำลังจะเข้าเมษาแล้วก็
ฤดูเนี้ยมันหน้าร้อนแต่อันเนี้ยมันน่ารัก
คุณครับท่านพ่อ My father Yeah bro Thank you so much เก่งมากขอบคุณครับหอมแก้มพี่อู๋เร็วเป็นไงบ้างถ่ายซีรีส์จบแล้วทำยังไงบ้าง
ซีรีส์จบแล้ว
ซีรีส์จบแล้ว
รู้สึกไง
รู้สึกไง
ก็รู้สึกดีใจที่ซีรีส์เรื่องนี้จะออกให้คนดูได้ดูแล้ว
ตอนเนี้ยผมรู้สึกดีใจมากที่มาอยู่ที่เขา แต่ว่าถ้าเขาไม่รักเราทำไง
เขาไม่รักเราไม่เป็นไรแต่เราอะรักนะ
นี่ตอนเนี้ยมันหน้าร้อนแต่อะไร
แต่เธอน่ารัก
นี่เดินทางมาถึง EP สุดท้ายนะครับต้องขอบคุณทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่ผ่านมานะครับขอบคุณทีมงานขอบคุณทีมนักแสดงขอบคุณโฟร์ธครับขอบคุณที่
รักกันนะขอบคุณครับขอบคุณทีมงานทุกคนนะครับทีมงานเบื้องหลังทุกคนเลยครับก็พวกเขาเหนื่อยกว่าพวกเราเยอะครับก็อยากยกเครดิตเรื่องนี้นะครับให้ทีมงานเลยถ้าไม่ได้ทีมงานเนี่ยก็ไม่มีซีรีส์ดีๆมาให้ทุกคนได้ดูนะครับผมก็ขอบคุณครับแล้วก็ที่สำคัญเลยเนี่ยคนที่ผมไม่ขอบคุณไม่ได้เลยครับก็คือพี่อู๋ใช่พี่อู๋สำคัญมากใช่แต่อีกคนหนึ่งที่สำคัญเป็นคนที่ผมรักมากเลยก็คือน้องๆทั้งสองคนนะครับป่านกับชมพู่แต่อีกคนหนึ่งเนี่ยเราจะไม่ขอบคุณแบบธรรมดาแต่ว่าเราเนี่ยจะจูบปากเพื่อเป็นการขอบคุณคนนี้คือ
I bet they were too. Honestly, it just seems like a lot. It seems like a lot. Way to go. That was an excellent edit. Obviously, doing all the subtitles is long and arduous work, but it was great. I'm tired just watching. I'm going to go ahead and throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube description when this is posted to YouTube. For the original video, go check it out, and also check out the channel as well. You might enjoy some of their other work. Let's go ahead and pull up some information real quick, and then we will get ourselves going for the rest of the week. Let's pull that up. We did a good number of it before with the first video, but got a little bit more here. Just a little curious and wanted to ask why GeminiFourth, with just one BL drama, this was 8 months ago, under their belt, have such a huge and crazy fan base. What's the hype and tea with them? Yes, I don't have anything against them. I'm just curious. Probably a good idea to include that, because some people would be like, what do you mean? You know, why do people hype them up and enjoy them? They're my serotonin boost. They were both in Bad Buddy 2, so we can technically call it 5 series. These two kids are really talented, incredibly personable, and just plain adorable. That is the perfect combination for any teen idol. If you look at Moonlight Chicken by itself, the acting they both did is outstanding and way beyond any typical BL teen drama. They deserve all the fans and accolades they get. Actually, they have 3 BLs. They played a couple in MSP, Moonlight Chicken, and now in My Love Mix-Up. Or if you count their special episode of Our Sky 2, number of BLs don't really have correlation with huge popularity. The reason GeminiFourth is so popular is because of their chemistry while acting and their friendship when the camera stops rolling. I mean, certainly just from that video, we can kind of tell that they get along very well. Too well, actually. That was a lot. That was very chaotic, but interesting nonetheless. Their shows that aired so far have been massive hits, sold out merch and concerts, and they even did an Asia tour for MSP. They've been to the Safe House, did multiple events together, and they also helped showcase and promote their ship too. They also had music videos that did amazing. Both can sing and dance and act, an all-rounder for GMMTV. So it makes sense the company pushes them more and creates the buzz for them. High School President was a solid drama that showcased both acting and singing, and it was a surprise to a lot of people, as was said earlier, who went into it not really expecting much. 2 young newbies that never had been heard of before, and they turned out to be actually talented. Combine that with their friendship off screen, it's a recipe for success. Just look at that face. G4 is how I got into BL. Wow. There you go. They really promoted themselves when MSP started to gain traction. They were and are still everywhere, and good for them. They work so hard and it really shows. Proud of their show, grateful to their fans, seem to like such lovely people, and all their peers speak highly of them. Well, that is huge. That is definitely huge. GeminiFourth, My Turn concert, a 2-day showcase of Ty's Rising Stars. This is from 2023. 4-hour-long, 2-day sold-out concerts, fun-filled festival of vibrant performances, acrobatic theatrics, swoon-worthy covers, renditions, homage to GMMTV's popular drama OSTs, even come with special participation of select popular Thai artists, singers of this time. General theme was reminiscent of board games like Monopoly, Snakes and Ladders, and the like. Sets were all very colorful. The mini board game with 2 colorful dice, red and blue parts, every after-stage reveal, which felt a bit immersive, and if the audience were playing games with them as well, It's also an amazing feat as well to sell out one of the largest event venues in Bangkok for both nights. GMM TV also released a pay-per-view live streaming. That's awesome. The duo suspended mid-air opened the stage with the colorful Love, Love, Love from Our Sky series by Gemini. Aside from performing their songs, the two current hottest stars of GMM TV also paid homage to some of the channel's well-loved drama OSTs. The performance that made everyone squeal was a rendition of Good Time by Bright Thannering, I think, from Good Old Days Drama. Once again, proved their love team's immense chemistry on stage as they performed the melancholic song with romantic elements such as laying down on one's lap, holding hands, and even singing under the artificial rain for added dramatic effect. Very interesting. Cannot believe they played Impact Arena with 11,000 to 12,000 seats. That's huge. And to sell them out, that's big. That is definitely big. GeminiFourth interview GQ Thailand. My lovely and precious boys. Gave an interview for GQ Thailand. Once again, I want to emphasize how mature they are for their age. Why do I feel like a proud mom watching them grow? Here's a short summary. Gemini, fun person with a great mindset, doesn't overthink and doesn't hold grudges. Describes working with Fourth positively. Chemistry is natural. They act as they are. Childhood, hyperactive, sang as a kid, and is only child longing for an older sister. Interesting. I mean, the fact that they act how they act. I mean, you number one, I love the fact that they look at the camera when it's fan service or they're joking about fan service. Number two, the fact that they're constantly like wrestling each other and messing with each other like that seems very natural. GemFourth emphasizes them performing a lot more than most BL couples, I think, since they're so good. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's pretty amazing. What's going on, Hylock? Welcome in, welcome in. F is for one of those special actors that are so natural on camera. F and G are both extremely good in portraying emotions. GMM is using that and more deep roles with them. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if they're really good at it, it makes sense to kind of explore just how good they are. And obviously, as they continue to act and grow and sing, they're just going to get better and better, which is impressive. Fourth is the first child with a younger sister named Front. Childhood, shy kid, not interested in expensive toys, played football, entered the industry through modeling contests. That seems like a pretty common starting point for a lot of the actors and singers, which is sad on its own. Many other couples would need it in GMM TV, I suppose. Worked hard despite initial rejections. That's always rough. If you're going to put yourself out there like that, you're definitely going to get rejected sometimes. But it's obviously your ability to kind of brush it off and keep going. That's going to be huge. Worked with Gemini in a TV series. Comfortable working with Gemini? I would say so. Wouldn't you say so from watching that? They understand each other telepathically. Plans to continue working together, but open to new roles. Okay. They're willing to spread their wings. Thanks, everyone, especially fans, for support and love, of course. General, they both known each other since entering GMM TV. They discussed their experiences in the entertainment industry. As we said before, like a while ago here, that's such a big thing with these pairings is that they know their experiences. They know each other's experiences. They've been through it. It's interesting. Both are very stressed and pressured that, oh my gosh. They became famous overnight, and Gemini even admitted the following, quote, "When I was a child, I felt like I wanted to grow up. Now I don't feel like growing up anymore." Ooh. Boy, that is, oh my gosh. That's deep. That's deep. Getting a sense of adulthood and realizing, this isn't what I thought it would be. And I think we all kind of guilty a little bit of that. When you're young or a child, you look at adults and you're just like, they must have it all figured out. They must really enjoy themselves because they get more, they don't have a bedtime. It's such a classic kid thing, right? I don't want a bedtime. I don't want to go to bed. I want to be an adult when I get to choose. And then you realize, no, the earlier we go to bed, the better. It's kind of funny how that flips. When I started going to university, I started having jobs and didn't get to experience what university life should be like. Right. I feel like I'm missing quite a lot from my life as a student. Community at my faculty is also very good. I want to go, but I have to keep my job first. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's interesting because you're missing out on, student life, which is fun. Certainly fun. It is what you make of it. But yeah, I totally get that. They're kind of losing the years where you could just enjoy yourself, frankly. University is very, it is tough, obviously, as you go along. The first year, not as tough. I mean, you're in introductory level courses and whatnot. But eventually it does get tough. But for those first couple years, you're really learning how to be an adult. So they're forced into adulthood pretty rapidly. Immediately being famous, not having any warm up to that, really. Yeah, that's tough. That is so tough. He just said yesterday that he doesn't think he'll be in the industry in the long run. He doesn't want to have more freedom. It feels like people judge him on everything he does. Yeah, I get that. Oh, he does want to have more freedom. Gotcha. Say he'd probably be in the industry for a decade, which is sad, but I mean, understandable. Yeah, honestly. It's some people just embrace it and they're naturally into it. And then some people are just like, get me out of here. Like, let me make a few dollars or whatever and, get my toes in the water and get some stuff under my belt, but just can't stay there for long. And then some people are just like, I love it. Everything about this, they love the spotlight. It's very interesting. It's actually pretty sad. Poor boy, let's continue supporting them. Maybe it's time to let them enjoy their university years. Those are not coming back. I mean, those are such good years. Most people talk very highly of their university years. Because honestly, I think part of it is because you don't have a lot of responsibilities. You have to pass your classes, right? But you don't have like real life responsibilities. It's kind of like that buffer zone between learning to grow up, but not quite an adult. You're very close to it, but you still have a little bit of wiggle room and you can have a little fun. And it can be a lot of fun. Sometimes too much fun. Sometimes too much fun. I think it's mostly lip service to seem humble for their mom fan base. Ooh. Because we know they've both been in entertainment since they were way young, and Gemini even cut back on courses to focus more on entertainment work. I think they're both very in the business, but they have to play up the little kid angle because they have such a huge motherly fan base. If you look at GMMTV's management style, it became more evident that GMMTV does not push their artists any which way. They seemingly let Mark and Ford drop their very popular pairing because I think Ford wanted to do music more, and they never forced Brightwind to be a ship and let Nanon cut ties because I guess Nanon was over it. So I don't really see this as an poor babies situation by any stretch. Sure, they became very popular very fast. This is a hot take. Sure, they became very popular very fast, but I think they both love it and have fun working. They keep doing their project after project while other popular pairings are not, and I don't think it's because they're being forced. On the contrary, I think they're having fun. I think they're really taking the bull by the horns, so to speak, and that's something that I love about GeminiFourth. Whoa. Whoa. He sees himself more as a singer than an actor, which is wild because he's very good at acting. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it. Everyone seemed to love their chemistry and portrayal in MSP. Look at me using the shortened version. That was a hot take. Whoa. Notice it only has 5 upvotes. Although there's not a lot of upvotes on this. That has 5 replies, though. I mean, they love it and are getting a lot of work, but that doesn't mean it isn't hard, right? Missing their younger years. I don't necessarily think this take is wrong. Both can be true. Yeah, I think so. Both can be true. It can be very difficult, and you can feel like you're missing out on your youth. But also, it's got to be kind of cool at some aspects. Like, certainly the concerts got to be interesting. There's fun to be had, right? But also, you can realize, damn, I'm really not living my youth to what it could be. Like, I'm not a regular person that's just out there living life, you know, making mistakes at university, as, you know, a lot of people do. There is a difference. There's definitely a barrier between that. MTV does let their actors have a lot of control. That's good. I mean, that's certainly good. I don't think they're playing it up for fans, to please fans or create an image. They're just saying the truth because they are missing out on the fun of university activities. Absolutely. And hanging with their friends due to their busy schedules. They aren't being forced to keep working, but Gem did say that they can't have it all. Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest takeaway. You can't have it all. You will be missing out on something. Either you enjoy your work and you really love it, but you're also missing out on all the normal, like, university fun and life, or you lean heavy into the university life and you completely miss all the opportunities you could have had. Like, both can be true. I don't think they're playing up anything. It seems like the OP is saying they're playing up finding the industry hard. I don't think they're playing it up. Like, I don't think they're playing anything up. But I think both can be true in that they could be missing university life and also enjoying having the jobs and the work and the experience and whatnot. But yeah, that's tough because you're definitely missing what a lot of people consider to be some of the most fun years of your life. But then again, they could also be having a heck of a lot of fun doing concerts. It's a lot of work, of course, but the payoff is probably very nice. You know, having a arena of people, 11,000, 12,000, like, screaming for you and singing along with you. That's got to feel good. That's got to feel good. Obviously, it's a little nerve-wracking, anxious, terrifying. Especially, well, for me, it seems like it would be. But yeah, they are definitely missing a lot. I had no idea. Well, I am also an older mom, but I had read that both of them do a crazy amount of obligations. I mean, that's a lot. And that leaves me to question, they want to do this now and strike while the iron's hot. I mean, maybe a little bit of that, I suppose. But that's normal. Like, most people do that. Romantic musical comedy. It's the best of everything that company has ever produced. We're talking about My School President. One of the things that make My School President so wonderful to watch is the chemistry between the cast, especially the main couple, of course. First time either of the young actors is leading a series, but they've got the chops to become the next kings of the genre. Since then, we've been close to one another after Thailand School Star. We've known each other for 3 years now, and we have had acting classes and training together. Throughout the 3 years, we've been in many activities together, like we've played football, sang with each other, and we've done a lot of things together with our friends who are in the series as well. Yes, it's strengthening our relationship, Fourth adds. When we're in the scenes, it's very easy to work together. I think that makes our friendship stronger, also makes working and filming easier. Gemini nods, again picking up where Fourth left off. It's becoming very apparent very quickly that this is a common thread between the two. They're in sync. Lightning in a bottle. Good way to put it. They were the youngest in GMM TV for a while, for context. Wow. That's a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure. I don't think I know I couldn't handle that. No chance. That's pretty impressive. They've been able to handle that fame level. Becoming popular so fast, there's bound to be some anxiety, of course, especially when it comes to social media and how fans view them, not just as actors, but as individual people, real lives and interests. Fans can make or break not just a series, but an entire career. While some celebrities, especially ones that are so young, seem to buckle under stress, Gemini and Fourth have found strength, not just in their friendship, but in the authenticity of who they are themselves. I'm myself when I'm posting to social media, Fourth says, but I'm also careful about what I'm saying because I don't want to offend anyone. Gemini takes another moment before he answers. Says, as I have the leading role in this series, I handle quite a lot of pressure, but I feel like that didn't change me at all. Like when I'm filming with Fourth, we're just completely being natural and not forcing anything out because our friendship is quite strong. That makes the chemistry between us stronger. Fourth says, I don't feel much anxiety, but I feel that I have to be serious because I want this series to become a success. I want many people to like it. I have worked and put a lot of effort into the series, especially when it comes to singing. We're quite new in this business. I don't really have the experience of working in this area before. On the first day at the first scene of shoot, I didn't quite know what to do or what the keywords were, but as I progressed, I felt like that I improved in my acting skills and also my understanding of the business. So I don't feel that much anxiety. These kids have a better grasp of who they are at 18 than most adults I know who are at least twice their age. That's impressive. It's hard to stop seeing them as the babies of GMM. They filmed Moonlight Chicken when they were 17, I believe, which was really their first series, even though My School President was first to air. Good grief. That's very impressive. To be, number one, to be able to handle that at 17, right? It's a very young age. At 17, I was more awkward than I am now. So I can't even imagine what that would have felt like to be leading a show, or at least being a part of the show, secondary couple, right? In Moonlight Chicken. To be even involved would be terrifying. And the fact that they're able to handle it so well is unbelievable. Unbelievable. It is pretty sad they're missing those years, and it's good that they're able to like take stock of that, like make note of it while they're in it. Like that's impressive. That's a lot of self-reflection and, you know, looking inside yourself. But hey, they're making the most of it. They're making a name for themselves. They're perfecting their craft, all that good stuff. They stole the show for me. It was so heartwarming. I'll add edits for upcoming months. Nice. Definitely looking forward to it. Honestly, what will be interesting is seeing just how they grow, like from the first couple scenes to more recent stuff. Like that is, it's a few years in between. They've definitely gotten a little more mature, maybe. Talents have definitely increased. It'll be interesting to see kind of the growth. They're cast with 2 of the biggest pairs as well. Must have been so intimidating. Oh my gosh. Anything at 17 is intimidating, but adding that as another layer on top, oof, that would be so brutal. I don't know how they handled it, honestly. I literally have no idea. I would not be able to handle that very well. But looking forward to seeing more out of those 2. Clearly a lot of chaos, but obviously they get the work done. They do very well. So want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you. Thank you to those that requested the videos. Big shout out to you all. ToddReacts.com is how you can do so. Season and series tiers. Join the Discord. Lots of fun conversation going on there. 190 members currently. Totally free. Links are everywhere below the video on YouTube. It's on the Twitch profile. It's on ToddReacts.com. There's a link to it. You can join there and join the conversation. Join the community. And yeah, check out the winter collection of merch available at ToddReacts.com. Members save 15% on every order. Ships worldwide. Quality is guaranteed. What am I missing? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. There we go. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's growing. I appreciate it. Absolutely. Thanks for being here, Rexon. Willow as well. Appreciate it. And yeah. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. I will see you here on Friday. And take care of yourselves. And all that good stuff. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to watch live. You don't have to. There's no pressure. But if you would like to join the chat while we're live, you can do so. We'll see you all soon. Hopefully this goes up without a hitch. Fingers crossed. Bye, everybody.